She's also just like a vessel for my ADHD, so she is just super high energy and like overly positive. Oh, she's my favorite. Her name is Petrichor, or Corey for short. Because Petrichor is one of my favorite words ever.
That is a good
Um,
word. By the way, officially not to derail Petrichor, but we are now officially live. So hello.
hey,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome.
what's going on?
Happy extended weekend, happy Halloween, and blessed Samhain if you celebrate. And for all of our lovely practitioners out there, queer witches playing a D and a D. So welcome, hello everyone, hello new friends. To those of you who do not know me or us, little introductions are in order. I am Essie, she, her, I am the DM. So let's go around and introduce our lovely cast, new cast, and guest casts. So let's go around the table, so to speak, as we jump right into part one of a spooky one-shot starting Halloween, Hallows Eve, Samhain weekend, kicking off the celebrations and festivities in costume. So I will hand it back to our lovely players tonight.
Oh, maybe my mic will pick me up. Hi, I'm Emma. I am going to be playing Hawthorne tonight. And outside of this, I play Allery in our usual campaign that we do every other weekend. And I post online as a writer for a book about queer gods and elementals. So if that interests you. I think Eryn has a thing for my writing up in the chat.
Right there, you can check out all the links to Emma's incredible stuff. And would you describe Hawthorne for us?
Hawthorne is one of the new classes, or one of the new races, the Hexblood, the ones that are made from hag rituals or deals, coming from Ravenloft. She has ended up in whatever this story is, and is a wild magic sorcerer, so I expect lots of chaotic fun from her.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Hawthorne. Going right down the table, Avalon. It is your turn.
Hello, I am Avalon. She, her, or they, them. I'm indifferent to those two. I will potentially be joining the Heavens Fire stream soon. But at present, I am here. I work as a freelance voice actor at the moment and occasionally writer. Primarily with a company called Faustian Nonsense. I don't have a link prepared for that, unfortunately, but you can look them up. I will be playing Anya. Anya is a half-elf. She's a sorcerer, and she's from Vallaki originally, but hasn't been back home in a really long time because her parents are afraid of her magic and stuff.
Magic is definitely something to be wary of for those locals in Barovia. So thank you, Avalon. Thank you, Anya. And we will certainly add an exclamation mark command to our Nightbot as soon as we get up and running. More details to come on the official Heavens Fire cast, which I'm very excited about. But let's go down the list. A very familiar face, one of our fantastic staff here at ESP, Eryn Spencer Productions, our lead artist and our Twitch community manager and moderator, Rory. Hello.
Hello, I am Rory. My pronouns are they, them. And I play Nim in our Crystal Coven Chimeras game every other weekend here on Twitch. And I am a digital artist, and I make stickers, and I'm working on starting on decals. I have my own shop. I am a small business, and I'm actually working on getting some Crystal Coven Chimera stickers up. Very excited about that. Tonight I will be playing Rachel. Rachel is from a different planet far traveler. She is a tiefling and a warlock with daddy issues.
Yes, don't we all? Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Very, very on brand for the costumed event. A little segue, a little crossover, the epic crossover event of the century. Eat your heart out adventures, I guess. And a very special guest who also happens to be my boyfriend, who has been playing D&D with me for a long time and who is completely unfazed by cameras whatsoever, so a perfect choice. Colin playing Glubbick. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm Colin. Glubbick is a half-orc paladin, Oath of the Ancients, channeling the powers of nature. Works for the Order of the Gauntlet out of Waterdeep, and he's a simple half-orc.
All right, we love to see it. So thank you, Colin, and thank you, new and old friends, chimeras, guest hosts, staff, everyone. Welcome, 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 and welcome to our amazing Twitch community. Thank you for joining us tonight for our special Samhain, Hallows Eve, Halloween, whichever you celebrate or recognize and acknowledge, whichever channels and taps into your power. We see you, we love you, and we appreciate you for spending the next 2 hours or so with us for part 1 of the House of Lament. And without further ado, let's get started. Hawthorne, walking through the streets of Barovia in the middle of the day, you are sent to investigate or to gather some honey at one of the local beehives, at one of the local businesses. A honey farmer out in the countryside whom you have purchased honey from before. You had heard that there might be some trouble there recently, but you are in desperate need of something to pick you out of the misery that you and your family have been dealing with in Barovia for some time. How long you have been in Barovia or in the capital is really up to you and at your discretion, but in the midst of the misery of Ravenloft in general and Barovia specifically, the dreary, rainy streets of the city, the muddied boots that seem to just have constant grime caked onto them, tracking through every corner of the house, the misery, the stale bread, the maggots, the dull wine, the honey just in the beehive to the southwest of Barovia is a little bit of reprieve, and it's something that you look forward to, you and your family. Weeks worth of coin, wherever it can be scrounged, is usually set aside for the purchase of this delicious royal jelly. You set out on the main road towards the woods. During the daytime, of course. In the process, making your way, humming a tune or two, paying no mind to the occasional spattering of rain or the mist that always surrounds Barovia. You're no stranger to the mist, but it's always here, wandering. At the very least, it can take you somewhere else. Hopefully somewhere far away or better. But you pay it no mind as you begin to realize that the hill above you is familiar. After about an hour or so of this journey, you notice that, again, familiar hilltop and the path that leads up to the beehive as you begin to make your final stretch of the journey. And in doing so, the overcast around you grows darker than usual. That spit of rain begins to gradually intensify, seemingly shifting around you, seemingly spraying directly into your face. Hello, Ember. I see an Ember.
They just got home.
Welcome. Hi. Y'all are adorable.
I was just gonna say y'all cute as hell.
Yes. you notice that the mist that has been surrounding you is growing thicker, but again, it's Barovia. All you want is your honey. Did you proceed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point she's just like, yeah, fuck this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want.
All right. You begin to make your way up the path that leads up to the small plateau where this beehive is, where what's the word for is it beehive? When you have an entire business. What is it?
An apiary.
An apiary. Thank you. Heading up towards the apiary, walking up this incline. You see it in the distance, but it gets further and further away. You pick up the pace and you continue to run up the ramp, and it gets up the natural ramp of earth and stone and the somewhat well-traveled road. And as you pick up the pace and begin to walk faster and faster, you can see the apiary in the distance. You can see shapes there, familiar shapes of some of the hands that work at the apiary, as the mist around you, the Barovian mist, just gets thicker, and that misty spray just gets ever more damp and is spraying into your face. And just make your way up that hill until the apiary, getting further and further away, starts to fade. You stop to recollect yourself. And in that moment, you can still see the ground below your feet, and you can reach out and see your hands, but everything else is completely enshrouded in mist. Though the path below you seems to remain, you seem to remain here. You see naught but mist. Anya, a very similar situation outside of Vallaki. On a quick journey down to meet with some of the local villagers in the middle of the day, about a mile east of the fortified city of Vallaki itself. You too are traveling the main road east of Vallaki, similar to the mist, when in a similar situation of misty spray and thick, sort of a damp mist that almost has sort of a dank feel to it, this stale air that fills your lungs. Again, no stranger to the mist, you stop and you can see rapidly now the mist just coming in. Again, seeing your hands above you and seeing yourself. There is no pain or distress, but visibility is nil.
Anya just
Go, sorry, go ahead.
hugs her doll to her chest
Okay.
and just stares sort of downward as she sort of keeps going in the direction she was headed.
Okay. I was going to say, you know the direction you were headed, east. You can always turn back and head west back to Vallaki. Which direction do you choose?
She continues to head
Okay.
east.
All right. Glebek. Very similar situation, heading east from Waterdeep on a mission to Red Larch to follow up on a diplomatic contingencies isn't the right word. Sort of a diplomatic follow-up to recent horrific events that may have happened in the town of Red Larch. What with the Zentarum Empire now controlling the entirety of the Sword Coast, you and the Order of the Gauntlet, at the behest of Lady Ava the Indomitable, with your newfound ally and truce with the Zentarum Empire, head east with a contingent of 2 knights with you, heading towards the town of Red Larch to inquire as to the status of the town and the needs of the people that dwell there, just to take the temperature of the sentiment towards both the Order and towards the Zentarum. walking east for what seems like much longer than it should have taken, you notice a thick mist has begun to sort of wrap around the road that you travel. The two knights behind you sort of fall back, and you see yourself seemingly alone in the mist. As you turn back, they reach out a hand, but the mist covers them and encroaches them as one of the knights, and the mist swirls around you. You know the direction you were traveling. You know Waterdeep is west. You can hear the distant shouting of the knights. Oi, oi, oi. Globbing, globbing, globbing. What'd you do?
Curse that lazy lot, getting lost in the mist. We have work to do, and I'm gonna carry on.
All right, just kind of pressing forward.
Yep.
Easy enough. All right. You continue on and press forward. Rachel. Back on your home planet, you are on a mission of investigation, looking for very specific crystals buried deep within runes that seem to that have been identified as objects of great power, great ancient power that you and your allies may be able to harness to use for the good of your people. Relics left behind by your forebears. These crystals, these crystalline relics of your forebears. And making your way through the surrounding region and into sort of a bit of barren wilds that lead eventually towards an old series of caves and caverns. As you are making your way west towards these ruins, these caverns that lead into an ancient complex where these crystals dwell, you notice an unusually thick mist that rapidly seems to rise and encroach around you, with a bit of spray seemingly almost like sea spray, but with sort of stale air that seems to fill your lungs and give you an uncomfortable feeling of dread. What do you do?
Would probably try and get out of that situation, out of the uncomfortableness.
Yeah, so you use all of your power and magic to immediately turn tail and head back in the general direction. As you do, the mist kind of swirls and parts for a moment, but swirls back around you. You can see the ground below you, though, keeping track of that, heading in the general direction with what you believe towards your home city, towards your base of operations in your capital, as you begin to, with all due haste, using all of your power to make your way back from whence you came, keeping track of the ground and the road below you. As you all continue to travel in the directions from whence you have chosen, or for what you have chosen. The mist gets a bit more visible, and you can see shapes emerging from the distance. You all seem to be converging on a central point, you and these figures, whomever they are.
I enjoy how the first
Eryn, you can't drop that one first while I'm trying to take a drink. I will spit it out.
I was just about to say, I love that was the first one. Oh my god.
Barely making out the figures in the distance, you do at least make out 3 other humanoid figures that seem to be rapidly approaching. At this point, you're all kind of moving towards each other rapidly. You can stop, move forward, shout. The floor is yours. Very classically.
Stops.
Very classically,
On
what do you do?
On Anya just very quickly darts into these bushes and attempts to hide.
Okay. Make a stealth check. The rest of you see one of the figures kind of dive off the side of the road into bushes, specifically the figure to the northwest. You can make perception checks to try and find her, if you will, or you can do other things, try to find them, if you will. But yeah, there was a
I
figure on
accidentally
the...
did that twice. I didn't mean to.
That's okay. Yeah, there. This whatever figure was on the northwestern road seems to have ducked into a large sort of swath of what appears to be, now that the mists are parting a little bit more, sort of rotting, decayed trees and old shrubberies, seemingly disappearing within them as the mist continues to swirl around. What are the rest of you doing?
Hawthorne has drawn her quarterstaff and is it down and trained and has a hand in her component pouch. She's ready to start fighting.
Okay, so you stop
started
and...
blasting.
Yep, all right.
Rachel stops as well and is holding back an Eldritch Blast and
All
yells
right.
out an infernal who goes there?
Do any of you speak Infernal?
Hawthorne does.
All right, so Abyssal, okay. Colin?
Definitely don't speak.
All
Abyssal.
right. All right, so Hawthorne, you do understand that whoever this is, they seem to be speaking Infernal, asking who goes there. At least from the southwestern road.
Hawthorne will shout out in common. Do you speak the common tongue?
Of course I do. Yells out of course I do.
And do you too?
Anya doesn't respond. She is hiding.
Yeah, Glubik is just gonna stumble forward through the mist and yeah, of course I speak common. I'm lost. What's going on here? Who are you?
The magics of Barovia do not usually send us out this way, but who are you?
Not that it's really any of your business. I'm Glubik. I've got work to do. I need to get out of here.
I can see it must be very important work.
I have work to do too.
Anya peeks around the edge of that bush. Did you say Barovia?
Would I recognize what Anya is wearing as something very common in Vallaki?
Ooh, I would say make a history check.
Common clothes. It's not anything overly remarkable.
Yeah.
Just common kind of stuff? Okay.
Yeah, just in case, I'd say make a history check, just to see.
The kind of more lore of Barovia is that, or of Ravenloft, is that they're back in time kind of ideas, that they're all old clothing. So I imagine at the very least she would recognize it as older than what the other two are wearing.
Yes, I would definitely say that the DC would be around 10. So yeah, you definitely recognize the other individual as a local. Exactly where?
You see, Anya is a really young half-elf girl. She looks at most 11 or 12. Stands about I think I said 4'7" ish. Thin, pale skin, and a yellow blonde hair. That's just very messy and dirty and runs down to about her shoulders. And she seems to have pretty much nothing except her clothes, a small doll that's clutched to her chest right now, and a little pouch hanging on her hip.
All right.
Clearly you are not a Barovian. Where are you from, child?
Valaki, originally.
That makes sense. I am from just outside of Barovia. And you too? The mists around our homes make sense to have spit us out so far. Where are you from?
I'm from Waterdeep.
What is
Okay.
Waterdeep?
I could ask you what Barovia is. I must have made a wrong turn. Do you know the way to Red Larch?
What is Red Larch?
Oh my god.
There is no escape. It is all... Are we outside of Barovia? Are we
I have a feeling
Difficult to tell
I'm
exactly
not
where
on
you are.
Wrath anymore.
But we're surrounded in like a misty woods, right?
Yeah, it's you can see little, almost like a Badlands crossroad of different trees that would be reminiscent of Barovia, but somehow they're different in their own, similar but different. The mist has a familiar feel to it, but at that moment, the mist in the center of where you are sort of begins to clear and retract. And the mist sort of almost sets up a sort of circle around you. So sort of behind you like this. And it begins to... So this central area here where I've just put that circle is where the mists have parted. However, in each of the crossroads here, including the ones from whence you came, the mist begins to grow extremely thick and has a foul smell to it, while the portion of the mist that blocks the northern part of this crossroads seems to part, almost forming a path before you.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
Just...
Where am I?
If I had to guess, child, we are probably somewhere near Ravenloft. The trees are only somewhat different, but the mists look right.
The mist is
Ravenloft. I'm definitely not on Azarath anymore.
Quick side note, your raven voice is spectacular.
Also, Anya, could you turn your volume up just a smidgen?
Sorry, I'll talk louder.
Okay.
I've been very quiet, like talking. I can turn up the input volume a little bit. Let me know if it starts to be a problem with like banging on stuff.
Okay, no worries. Well, while you're doing that in the meantime, as the mist in the north parts, you all hear sort of something that you Barovians might be familiar with, sort of whispers on the wind, but you hear just a voice, a feminine voice, and what sounds to be sort of a cacophony of horses and soldiers. And the female voice just says, "Press on to Levens." And the mist just parts down this path to the north.
Can Hawthorne pick up a rock and chuck it at the path that has opened?
Sure. Pick up a rock, throw it down the path. Kind of rolls down the dirt.
It doesn't like disappear or anything like that.
Nope, stays there. You just hear, as that sort of whisper fades, you hear just the echo of braying horses and the clanking of armor that seems to move through the mists, with occasional shapes of figures just out of the corner of your eye seem to flash through the mists, all seemingly heading north, towards the path that has opened before you.
This is worse than the goddamn windmill.
Well, I don't like that.
You all seem to know this area much better than I do.
I don't know this area at all.
It's familiar to me in the sense that I know mist and dead trees. But this is not the dead trees I know, so I am not sure exactly where we are.
I can't believe I got lost. My boss is gonna kill me.
Well, we could hurry forward, but it is my general knowledge that when you run towards things, you are not always going to have a good time.
Yeah, but the mist is, those are, it looks like monsters or something maybe. I think we should go this way.
Rachel, Rachel and Hawthorne, you feel as the mist seems to be getting closer, you feel your heart kind of skip a beat and drop, and you get this wave of exhaustion as the mist now has a much stronger and fouler smell to it, as it is damper and mustier than before as it begins to sort of surround you and encroach even further around the center now, slowly creeping in.
Hawthorne's gonna fucking skip 3-4 steps over here in front of the kid and like, fuck that.
The main path to the north continues to remain open and free of mist, and you hear what sounds like a distant war horn through the fog.
Wow, I love our choices here.
Well, either one step closer to death or one step closer to living. Let's go. And I guess Hawthorne's just gonna start walking towards the north. She does
Anya
have
stays
her stuff
kind
ready.
of close to Hawthorne as well.
Yeah, Hawthorne will like make sure she doesn't walk too fast. Like occasionally will like look down, make sure the kid's still following.
As you travel north through this disused trail, overgrown by weeds and the roots of spindly trees, a light drizzle continues to fall, intensifying as you travel north. In the road ahead of you, you see a figure. You turn and you can see the mists behind you are encroaching even further and faster, turning back to face the road in front of you. The rain intensifies, and you see a cloaked form standing in the rain ahead, its visage seemingly corporeal and unreal between the mists and the intensifying rain that falls, moistening the ground. The figure's head snaps up, glaring with piercing yellow eyes. What you took for a large, well-worn cloak spreads around this figure, revealing itself to be a pair of mighty black wings. With one powerful motion and a blast of cold air, the wings sweep up and the vague figure is gone as it ascends into the sky above. Before you, in the distance, the mist flickers ever so slightly, and you can see the figure of what appears to be the shape of a building in the distance, before it's encroached by the mist once more. Another flash of the mist, what appears to be the shape of a manor and a large tower.
Well, you know what they say. Gentlemen first.
Yeah. That wasn't terrifying. I'll totally go first.
All right. With a marching order set, you continue to push forward through this main path to the north, the mist seemingly following you along the way. You make haste through the northern path for about 10 to 15 minutes through the combination of occasional drizzle and light but steady rain. The thick overcast and mist giving an air of ambiance to the barren and dreadful wastes around you as you continue to march forward. Gradually, the haze and the overgrown brush give way, revealing a bald hilltop before you, the mists seemingly parting as you arrive to reveal the sight before you. There stands a grim black tower, the last defiant turret of a long crumbled fortress. Attached to this tower is a 3-story manor house, weather-beaten and veined with creeping ivy. A rickety old porch girds the house, its sagging, partially collapsed roof sheltering a stout front door that stands open amidst an eerie flickering light from the inside, the door seemingly The windows also appear to be long since shuttered, and many have been boarded over. Weeds grow freely in between the veins of creeping vines all around the house, and its paint weathered and worn away in most areas that you can see, chipped, peeling, and left to decay in the mists. It's clear that none have been here in many years. A short set of stairs and a rickety old porch leads up to the creaking door.
Well, this is inviting. Is there any further direction we can go, or is it like mist to door?
The entirety of the house seems to be... The mist seems to be parting around this manor itself.
While you're doing that, Hawthorne is going to take out a dagger and cut off a lock of her hair, kind of twist it around, and then hand it to Anya and say, "Hold on to this, and don't ask so many questions." It's
Okay.
Could I please have everyone's dark vision?
Anya takes the little, like, the lock of hair and sort of fastens it to the doll like a little bracelet on the doll's hand.
All right. Doing that, with your passive perceptions, you all notice that the mists again have closed the path behind you, leaving this sort of circular pattern that surrounds the house. In the mists themselves, you can see figures of what appear to be soldiers moving through the mists, the occasional distant shout of battle just in the back of your mind, and what appear to be chants of hopeless soldiers. "It's hopeless. Fall back. Fall back. We have been betrayed. We have been had. Bested. Unstoppable." Cries of anguish. Lamentations of soldiers in the midst of defeat as the sound grows silent. And you can hear naught but the sound of a very gentle, eerie breeze and the sound of your own beating hearts. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I don't know if anyone here has played Dragon Age Origins, but this is mad one of the DLCs you can play. Like,
For sure. God, I haven't played the game in so long.
And we'll do that. There
Best
you go.
ending out of the entire series. The Archdemon fight was perfect.
What we'll do is I'm going to bring everyone sort of just around the outside
Oh, Lord.
so you can get a general sense of the layout.
Oh, we can
I don't
close
think
the
you
ground.
have the
Okay.
persistent sight on Essie because it's going black as soon as we see it.
Make sure you're zoomed out because she's dragging the tokens like around the house.
Yeah. But
How about now?
Yeah, you're good now. Whenever
Oops.
we get drug around, we have like persistent sight, so we know kind of the layout, even though the rest of it's still dark.
I think I put you inside a couple of buildings. That's okay.
That's okay. It looks like we have one creepy living room we can see, but it's fine. Won't be able to see it if you put something in there. Cool.
Yeah, try not to spoil it for yourself.
Yeah, I've zoomed back in.
All right, please. The house lies before you.
I just had a conniption.
What did?
My roll 20 just had a conniption.
Do I notice anything? I'm gonna like get up close enough to where I could like look into one of the window, look into like the door as it like comes back and forth and see if I can see inside of it.
Sure, make a perception check. Yeah, go ahead and are you doing that from the porch or?
I want to be as far as I can from it, but I realize I probably have to at least get to the edge of the porch to do it.
Okay, yeah. Getting to the edge of the porch, difficult to really see in, but there doesn't appear to be any mass movement from inside other than the flickering of candlelight.
Mm-hmm.
Just from inside, this flickering of the occasional glimpse of light.
Can I see like under the deck at all? Like, is it open under there, or is it like
It's
off?
partially open. It's kind of like collapsed in some places. But yeah, you can definitely go ahead and take a peek under the deck. Give me a perception check.
Okay. I'm just looking for like signs of life, you know, little critters like raccoons and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, give me a
that might
perception
be
check.
under the deck. 10.
Difficult. You're sure that there are most definitely some insects here. You can see insects crawling around on the outside of the porch. Between the two of you, generally speaking, you do notice that the house appears to be generally an ordinary structure in ill repair. The floorboards, from what you could see just from both the porch and inside of the sort of main foyer here, are exceptionally old and rickety. But the general construction overall seems sturdy enough. The house is mostly unlit save for that single candle. You assume there are more than likely, at the very least, more than one candle somewhere throughout this house. Hopefully. Other than that, the porch, again, creaky, covered in dead vines, infested with earwigs, specifically, as you see about a dozen sort of crawl out from the dirt as you kind of bend to kind of look under the porch. Otherwise, unremarkable from what you can see with your 10.
Yeah. Hello? She just sort of calls out, trying to see if anyone's here at the house.
No response.
Hawthorne will take from that, and then using prestidigitation is going to slam open the door. Or I'm so sorry. Using like a... I'm sorry, there's a teeny tiny little gnat flying in my face. That's why I keep...
Oh, I hate those.
They are going to... What is the one I'm looking for?
Thaumaturgy?
Yeah, I was thinking of thaumaturgy for throwing it open, but the prestidigitation, I think, can make a noise. Give me 1 second.
It can, yeah. Harmless sensory effect, I think, is the wording used in the spell.
Faint musical notes or something like that. Okay. Then she'll use the mage hand then, just to like reach out with mage hand and like push the door open and kind of hold it open.
Okay. You summon the flying spectral hand and sort of push the door open. And you can see inside of the main foyer. I'll kind of bring you in. Bring you all in so you can see. I'm just going to move you one closer here. Just so you have a basic visual. And I'll move you back out.
What is that statue? Did we get a look
I have
at that?
to restart my Google Chrome to get Roll20 to work again. So.
Oh
That
no,
is
okay.
rough.
I'll read this description in the meantime. Peeling wallpaper and a musty scent cling to the dank walls of this spacious foyer. A curving staircase rises from the cracked tile floor to a balcony above, keeping its distance from a darkened chandelier. Doors lead in every direction. At the room's center, bronze sculpture, an antlered eagle perches atop a marble pedestal.
Is the antlered eagle is there any writing or anything like that on it, or any like pictures or anything?
What appears to be a once impressive entryway is unfortunately completely covered in dust and choked with cobwebs, so you would need to get a little closer. The statue is attached to the pedestal itself, which looks pretty imposing and pretty heavy.
Does the design look familiar in any way?
I would say make a history check.
Check.
Ooh, unfortunately not.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you do hear, after that, you hear a from behind you.
Hawthorne will literally jump like
Yeah, I go back over here, like, away from the noise.
There is a cloaked and hooded figure in the mist, the same that you saw before, just standing there, watching you. It seems to be
help you?
It seems to be carrying a large, gnarled walking staff that it leans on. It has sort of a raven-shaped mask over its face.
Like a plague doctor?
A little bit more raven. It's a little bit more stunted than that, but similar, yes.
So more decorative rather
Yes,
than...
yep.
Okay. Can we help you? Is this your house?
This house belongs to everyone and no one at the same time. This house belongs to the mists. It belonged to many, and before that, to many more. Now
Where-
it's... Okay.
I'm so sorry. Where is he stood exactly?
Basically at the entrance to the path. That northern path from which you emerged. He's kind of standing there just to the edge of the path, the mist just behind him, sometimes swirling around him, and he's kind of resting on this gnarled staff, and he's got this long black cloak that sort of moves, and it has these sort of stylized feathers on it, which you saw him take to the skies before.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't interrupt your go on the monologue.
My patron has taken great interest in both the four of you and in the comings and goings of this house and of its rich history.
Your patron? Who are you?
Patron or matron, I've gone by many names. My name is not important.
Ah, it's very important to me. Who are you?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
I am but a humble servant of a queen who's taken great interest in the spirits that dwell within the mists and the particular history surrounding this house.
Can I make a religion check?
Go ahead.
Do I recognize who this queen might be?
Not particularly, but you do notice that he does appear to be maybe perhaps a middle-aged male. That's, otherwise completely covered. That's really about it. Very deliberate, and there's a lot of raven imagery, but a 14, not quite enough. It was a 15. But he kind of leans on the gnarled staff, but you do see, sort of with your passive, two nasty-looking daggers by the side of his belt. As he kind of looks kind of at all of you through this mask. It says, many have come through the mists before to this particular manor. Few have survived its ordeal, but I've taken, and my matron has taken a particular, again, interest in seeing how this particular group of individuals will proceed. See, the mists have trapped you here, and if you wish to leave, the best I can do is to offer some advice. Follow your heart and stay true to those ideals which guide you. And one very important piece of advice, just remember, all hatred comes from a very specific place of trauma. If you can break through the most intense and the scariest walls, perhaps you can find the truth of the situation, as none others have. Those who have come before, those who have tried and failed, have succumbed to fear and given in to the rage, have been blinded by the rage of the presence that dwells here. But it's only through truly opening our hearts and minds to understanding that we can truly unlock the true meaning of history. And you can see the wings now start to emerge once more. If you uncover the truth, perhaps the Dark Lord of this domain will let you leave. And if not, my matron is powerful enough. I've said too much already. I bid you good luck.
Could you come with us? Help us through the scary house?
And just the wings and good luck, flies up towards the sky and sort of darts, does like almost a 90-degree turn and back into the mist that surrounds. You can just hear the echo of laughter. And Anya, yes, this is actually in the book. I just added some flair and some flavor to
I
it.
just have 3 words. Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Hawthorne does the thing where like adults like lift up like a little bit of their pant or whatever and squats down a little towards Anya and is like, from what I have learned in my years, never trust the words of old men.
So, what do we do then?
At least he didn't use the winged boots or the boots of haste on the way out.
Oh, I wish the Boots of Haste were an official item. They're so good. I mean, they're way too good, obviously, but like, I wish. They're so good. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're all good. What do you two think?
I fail to see how a derelict old structure is gonna cause us any harm. That guy was clearly insane.
I think so.
Maybe don't encourage him next
He
time.
was absolutely lovely.
Don't encourage him. That's the best way to get information.
There are stories back home of houses that have like spirits and stuff. It could very well hurt us.
There was one in Barovia. All the kids were told to avoid it.
There was a spirit or something that burned down the orphanage in Valaki. So you never know, I guess.
What we're
Sounds
saying
like
is, in our house, and where we come from, you should be afraid of old derelict houses.
sounds like stories made to scare small children.
Well,
The building fire was very real.
as is the haunted house, it is actually enchanted to hurt people very badly. But anyways, what I am seeing is an opportunity for someone to enter the house. And I don't think the child should go first.
Well, I'd be happy to step in and see if we can find a way out of this mist.
Awesome.
It's uncomfortable for a moment.
Cool. I am going to...
It is sort of spitting out this sort of cold, uncomfortable, sort of steady spitting rain. The ground becoming ever more moist. Glubbick, kind of make your way onto the rickety, creaky porch. The wood creaks and groans with every step. Making your way to the front door, go ahead and keep moving your token. The porch seems sturdy enough, though loose and rickety in places. You're able to...
Sturdy enough is definitely something you want to hear from the DM.
Sturdy enough. Absolutely.
Oh, I have control of Steam's tokens, so...
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll move
Let me
them
make
along with
sure,
this.
yeah, that the right person is selected. Adventure awaits.
Yeah, I can actually control everyone's character tokens, so... I just haven't
Oh
been.
yeah, that's true.
Same.
I
I do deeply enjoy that we all sort of agreed there should be this big buffer space between us and Paladin.
Look,
yeah.
It's kind of what he's there for.
yeah, we're all magic users, sorcerers. We're staying back for a minute.
D6 hit dice.
Don't
Wait,
worry.
you're
We'll
all
make you-
sorcerers?
2 of us are sorcerers and 1 of us a warlock, so
Okay, yeah.
Warlock has D8s at least. Slightly better
slightly
than
better.
this bad con mod.
And can wear light armor.
Does anyone know, do channel divinities
When
come
in
back on a
doubt-
short or long rest?
When in doubt,
Long
Eldritch
rest,
Blast.
I believe. Eldritch Blast. All right, so you make your way to the front door. Glubbick, you can kind of...
What?
The door has been opened enough that you can kind of see in. Again, I'll just move you in there for a second and then back out. Or you can just kind of hop right in, but you can see the same thing before you. Nothing really seems to have changed, just that statue, those steps that lead up to the second floor, and those 4 other doors in the inside of the foyer.
I can use my Octoboy. I haven't rolled actual dice in forever.
I'm gonna put my character token inside just so I can see.
Okay.
But my character stood just outside the door watching.
All right.
It's a bit dusty, but that's about it.
Now that I'm closer to the statue, can I see if there's any writing on it?
Yeah, could we go ahead and you would have to get right up close to it and sort of dust it off to be able to determine exactly what writing was there, if you wanted to.
That sounds very dangerous. To touch that thing? I don't know about that one. Can I use the harmless gust of wind from prestidigitation to, like, dust it from where I am, about 10 feet away?
Sure.
Call me superstitious, but I wonder, is there any writing on the wall?
Ooh, make a perception check.
Literal writing on the wall.
Man, I spent like 2 minutes coming up with that sentence for those puns, like to line it all up like that. And it just, nobody...
There is no... There's nothing that... See, I'm actually going to move just a little bit closer. In the first room here, there's nothing unusual that catches your eye, but you do with your 14, you do with your 17 here something like grinding or sliding across something. Like, I'm trying to get a...
Do I have a sense of direction?
Like a,
Like where it's coming from?
like, let's see if I can make the sound.
Anyone want to send a screenshot of the... Is there any way anyone can send a screenshot of what...
Yeah, I can...
Well, I can
What a
text it to Rory
nightmare.
so
Hold
we
on.
don't-
Just send it on Discord.
I'll just text it to you, Rory, so we don't have to worry about the internet.
Okay, cool.
I can also
we go.
FaceTime you later when we get into battle so you can see what we're doing.
Okay. So,
it.
did you hear the noise I was making? Did the
Yes.
mic pick that up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
It's like sliding across wood,
Yeah.
like something heavy sliding across wood.
Yep.
Do I have a sense of direction? Like where it's coming from?
to the north.
Okay.
Like upstairs or through that door to the north?
Through the main doors here.
Gotcha.
Are you still using prestidigitation to clean it?
Yeah, from where I am, she's gonna like make the dust go away.
Okay, so you just summon some magic in your fingertips and let out a burst of energy from them. The dust and the cobwebs in the room just scatter. And after a moment, the statue itself begins to crack.
No, we have stepped back out of the room now. Hawthorne has grabbed the child's hand. We have moved us back outside of this fucking house. Like, nope.
There's something moving in the room beyond too.
The statue begins to
Old houses
shudder,
sell.
and it just... And as it does, it just explodes
Ah!
into 1,000 pieces of granite and marble and gold that just sort of slowly fall and crack and crumble. And in its place, standing atop the pedestal, is the creature that seemingly was represented by the statue itself. It is a winged creature with brilliant red and purple feathers that lets out a as it is released, seemingly either inhabiting the statue or magically bound to it, spreads its wings as its eyes glow red. Almost a small torrent of flame from each eye, and it kind of turns its head over towards Glubbick the paladin.
and the only one still in the room. Sorry
I
about
need
that,
everyone to
buddy.
roll initiative, please.
That
Don't
is-
forget to select your token before rolling.
Yes, select your token before rolling, please. And Rory, would you like me to roll
Yes.
for you? Or, sorry, would you like me to do initiative for you?
No.
Okay, you got this. Let me know what your initiative is, and I'll add it to the turn order.
18 for
Not
Anya.
the best. It's 11.
11. Okay, did you add your modifiers?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
It's 11. It's 11 with modifiers.
Oh. I'm so glad we all stepped out of the room for that.
All right.
Okay.
11. Oh, hey, not too bad. Let's change up the music here a bit.
Oh, this is new for me. I'm just gonna be sitting here with my screen open, my character sheet the whole time until it's my turn. I just love that Roll20 was like, I'm not gonna let you see the map.
Roll20
but
just
here's the
loaded
map."
right here. No, it hit.
It
It
is
like
the
loaded
image
everything in that
of your
very
doom.
second. Which works because my iPad froze in the middle of
Oh
that.
my. Music change.
The music is always so good.
Combat
And
music. All right.
Very creepy.
Anya, you're up. There's a large, sort of fanged bird with glowing red eyes that seemingly burst from a statue. You can all
Oh
see
God, I am
this through the door, which was swayed, which was kind of burst open by its flapping of wings and by your prestidigitation and just by the general old rickety nature of the doors. Anya, you're up. This thing looks and appears to be hostile, but hasn't had a chance to take a turn yet, so it just kind of
yeah.
settles and kind of looks over at Glebek, your paladin friend.
She just whispers help to the doll and casts blur on herself.
Okay. So you just begin to sort of shift and shimmer out of reality as you flash.
And I will sort of slip to the side a little bit, away from the open door.
Okay. Just sidestepping away. Perfect.
And that is my turn.
All right. Glebek. This thing is kind of menacingly glaring at you.
Yeah, Globus just to scream, nobody explodes statues all over me, and bonks him with a flail.
All right. So it's
This is a common enough problem that I have an opinion on it.
do you have reach on the flail?
Oh, I don't. Do I have to run up the stairs or something?
No, it's you're just about 5 feet away from it. You need to get into that square. 11 misses though, as it kind of begins to, it almost kind of like double steps back and begins to hover slightly above the shattered remnants of this statue. Its wings kind of as it looks at you and lets out another screech. 11 misses, unfortunately. What do, friend?
That is the end of turn.
Okay. Rachel. You do not have direct line of sight on it. You would need to move 5 feet to the left to do so. Words are hard.
I just need you to know that my Roll20 quit again.
Oh,
Do you have your character sheet and physical dice?
I got you.
All right. And I did give control of your character to Emma, so she can definitely do anything on Roll20 that you need to be done.
Let me mute.
I have FaceTime open with Rory showing them the map, so
Oh,
wondering what's
awesome.
happening.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
This is the map. This is what it looks like inside. We just can't see inside because of the thing.
Okay. I would like to move to get line of sight right now, because
Okay. All right. Emma, you got that? Good. Perfect. Thank you. By the way, I love that the token is just you.
It's so good.
Just pointing that out again. Just selfie,
really
cosplay
good
selfie.
selfie,
It is a
too.
really good selfie.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay.
Best token of the night.
I would like to. I'm gonna just, I guess, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast, easy enough. Throw in a bolt of sort of very bright purple and black energy at this sort of stoic, sort of intimidating figure, avian figure. Go ahead and roll your attack for Eldritch, or with the new Eldritch Blast, because we're in campaign 3 now for the Critical Role fans, Eldritch Blast. The southern drawl has been replaced. But anyway, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I got a nat 1.
Ooh. Make another attack for me. Or make another attack roll.
What?
Make another attack roll.
Oh, okay.
Roll another d20.
Feather attack with Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Is that what I'm- 21.
Klubik, what's your armor class? This is a wonderful start. I love this.
18.
All right, so go ahead and roll damage for Eldritch Blast.
I'll put
We're
this dice
trying
aside.
so hard.
I'm gonna use this one instead now.
Still gotta roll that Eldritch Blast damage.
Yeah, roll
against,
that
Oh, yeah.
damage.
That would be a thing I have to do. Cause, okay.
So, maybe there won't be a part 2 after all.
You just
that's-
accidentally
that's
TPK every each
6.
other. 6 damage?
That's 6.
All right. Glebek, you take
Nice.
6 damage as one of your allies Eldritch blasts you in the back.
Hey, easy.
Spookiness. Yes. Yes, hi, Cat.
I'm so sorry.
You're engulfed in sort of this shearing power of shadow flame. It kind of burns through you. The Perryton kind of just looks confused and kind of squawks in
Extra
approval.
I thought that was my job.
Anything else for Rachel?
Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now one. I can't. Well,
I know.
being so close, it's going to immediately just sort of lunge at the target that just took damage. It's going to make one attack with its beak and another with its talons. It's a 21 to hit with the beak, which does hit with its gore attack. And you take 7 piercing damage as this monstrous bird just and kind of sticks into your armor, kind of piercing your armor with its beak. You can feel the blood kind of dripping down into the inside of your armor as it removes its beak. It begins to take off and tries to kind of rake you with its talons as it ascends towards the 2nd floor above a low-hanging chandelier. As it does, you can take an opportunity attack if you like. But it rolled an 8 on its talons,
Emma,
so it
where's your
misses.
phone?
I just put it down.
So 7 more damage to
I
Glebek.
want not. Do you have like a holder that you
Why
can
is this
hold?
happening?
Would you like to take an attack of opportunity on the Perryton?
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead and roll for an attack.
We
Using
told
your
you the
reaction?
house could be dangerous.
Yeah, the two scared bitches were like,
Ow.
Oh my god.
To
I
be
mean,
fair, Rachel was at the back for a reason.
I mean, Glebek is consistent, so we have to give him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
also hopefully Globik has the orcish feat of don't die
Yep.
immediately.
Yep. There's always that.
Because I did realize I don't think any of our spellcasters have healing spells.
I do. I have cure wounds.
Oh, I'm impressed.
It seems
I got
bad
nothing.
to go divine sorcerer and not take a heal spell.
Did you make that attack, Glebic, with your flail?
It's an 11.
Wow! Just
It is, after all, a flail, so you flail about.
Yes.
well, it is. Let's see. That was 15 feet, and it's going to ascend. Let's see. It's going to ascend 15 feet into the air. And that is its turn, because it already made its attacks. Okay. Yeah, so it's 15 feet in the air right now. Oh, sorry. 30 feet.
That's a really tall foyer.
Yep. The foyer is about, is right on the roof, kind of brushing into the remnants of a chandelier. So, Hawthorne.
Hawthorne. Can I see it from where I am?
Yes, you can. The door is open. It's,
Okay.
actually, I would say
I can
you
step
probably need to get one square closer to be able to see up and in underneath the lip of the top of the door frame.
Cool.
Yep, okay, now you can kind of look up and you can see it kind of...
That looks like a nasty beast. It needs. I want to cast Mind Sliver. It needs
Okay.
to make a Intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, all right. Mind Sliver's good. Intelligence, nice. That's a -1. 4.
I figured. It's a 4.
All right,
I figured it might not be its best.
Cool. Would you describe your version of Mind Sliver?
It is the scream of many deceased souls that just.
All right, so this cacophony of screams just quickly emanating from your sort of your general aura as it shoots up to this Periton, who kind of and kind of doesn't really know what to make of it, just kind of chirps and hisses at this, takes 5 points of psychic damage and subtracts a d4 from its next saving throw. You can see it frantically kind of shaking its head, trying to get out whatever dissonant whispers of dead humanoids have flooded its avian brain.
And then Hawthorne is going to kind of turn the corner here.
That is
and,
that is different, but dissonant whispers is just a fun phrase to say.
I know. I agree.
And then Hawthorne's gonna like turn the corner there and like look at freaking Anya and be like, "This is why we don't go into spooky houses."
She just nodded.
Also,
That's it for my turn.
all right, and Kat, you missed the Voxel Dawn cameo. Anya.
Character wasn't religious enough to suss it out. Who would have known? A hag's daughter.
Well, the cool thing about Voxel Dawn is that you can have him pop out anywhere out of the Shadowfell.
Oh shit, it's my turn. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I mean I was, but I wasn't paying attention to the right things. Okay. I'm gonna step into the room. I can't tell how far I need to go yet, because I can't see it inside the room.
Okay.
But 5, 10...
You should be able to just step inside the doors, unless you need to do a touch attack.
Okay, I'm gonna go right here so I can get in touch with him and cast Cure Wounds on our paladin friend.
Okay. So the timid, smaller individual kind of runs in and just touches your large paladin friend, and Glebic, you can feel sort of this warm, healing energy emanating from the small presence.
3 points. I'm sorry.
Oof.
I tried.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, 3 points.
We're level
Thanks,
3.
kid.
3 points is a lot.
Level 3.
Yeah. I hope it helps. And she just starts backing back towards the door. That's as far as I can get.
All right.
This round, but yeah, that's it.
All right. Glebic, it's 30 feet in the air.
30 feet in the air. Does the staircase go up around to 30 feet in the air?
Yes, it does. Also, Covenant of Lunara, thank you for the follow. And also Avalyn from earlier. All right. So yes, you can, you can get up to the top there.
Can
The
I
top
run
of the
up,
landing.
jump off, and try to grapple it midair?
Sure.
Cool.
Here comes another 11.
All right. Go ahead and that would be all of your movement. And all right.
Kick ass.
I'll say there's a little bit extra going on there, so we'll call that a free action to just kind of run up around and jump off and try to grapple it. Using maybe the top of the steps as a springboard. Athletics check. Sure. All right. Let's see. I'm going to say... No, yeah, that's within 30 feet. We'll give it to you. Dex. Okay. Failed by a lot. So yeah, you kind of just, you watch as your large paladin friend kind of runs up to the top, kind of jumps through the top of the rickety landing, shattering sort of some of the wood, and kind of dives onto this Perryton, who kind of and kind of frantically flailing. It is now grappled by you.
In the air, or does it start plummeting?
Oh, thank you, Covenant of Lunara. That's really nice. Thank you so much. That's really cool. And yes, we are all very queer. So welcome. You're in the right place. So what are you doing now that you have it grappled? That was your action
Holding
to
on
grapple
for dear
it.
life.
So, all right.
Yeah, are they in the air together right now?
They are in the
Or
air
they
together.
falling?
They're in the air
Oh.
together.
I didn't think this through!
All right. Do you have anything you want to do with your bonus action?
Nope. I'm all set, thank you. That is end of turn.
Also, I see Covenant of Lunara, if you're still here, we are, in fact, queer witches who play D&D. So if you're looking for a community of queer witches who play D&D specifically, I'm going to go ahead and see if my Discord link works. Yeah, there you go. All right. Feel free to join the conversation. That being said, Rachel, it's your turn.
Oh, cool. I am going to get to the child.
Okay.
Who is presently
I'm going to go over to the child and cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Bless.
So you kind of gesture over with your magic at the small child, and as this purplish energy leaves your fingertips, you can feel yourself, Anya, sort of be bolstered by almost what feels like putting on a suit of armor, but it seems to sparkle with this sort of purple and black shadowy energy that almost you hear like the clank as this sort of spectral armor that is incredibly light, if weighing anything at all, seemed to shimmer translucent on your body.
Kick ass. Thank you. I am now at
Yeah.
15 instead of 12.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Anything else
Better is
for
better. I'm not complaining.
Rachel?
No. I'm just gonna... That's it.
Oh, did you have to get up and touch for that?
Yeah, I had to go touch the child.
Are you going to step back out of the room, or are you going to stay where you are?
I'm gonna step back out of the room. Definitely. I mean, I just hurt one of our players, so I had to, protect the other one, and...
Protect the healer.
Yeah. That's exactly why I did it. Immediately was like, well, that's the only one with healing, so,
All
Up
right.
to great kitty backpack.
Well, it is going to try and on its. Is that it for you, Rachel? By the way, just want to make sure before I move on.
This trapped child. Yes.
Okay. All right. It's going to try and dive slam Glebic into the statue, or like the base of the statue, using a dive attack. So it's going to dive 30 feet down onto this statue, and when you grapple it, are its attacks at disadvantage?
Only movement. It has no more movement.
It has no more movement.
Wait, that doesn't make sense if it's in the air, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That's why I asked if it was falling.
A grappled creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated.
Nice.
The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect.
Well, in that case, it's going to try and it's a bird, so it's going to try. Well, technically, it's a monstrosity, but it's going to try and break free of that grapple. Then, can you go ahead and make an opposed strength check for me? Nope.
Hell yeah!
Nice. You're not letting it go.
Okay. All right. That was its. That was
Too
its
high
action,
up to let go.
and its speed is 0. So.
I'll never let go.
Yeah, Hawthorne.
It started
I
out as
guess.
a grapple for like attack, and now it's a grapple of fear.
It's trying to kind of peck furiously at Glebic, like.
Ah,
But,
quit it!
Oh my god.
And
I'm
speed
sorry,
is 0.
I have not
so.
laughed that hard in a long time.
But it's grappled, so you technically have advantage for your ranged attacks.
Okay. Well,
I'm just looking at you scroll through your spell list right now. So I was looking at the FaceTime.
I guess I'll do another one of these because it's the same amount of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do another Mind Sliver then. But it has to take the minus 1d4 for the save.
Okay. All right. Yep. Nope. Fails. All right.
Another one of those screeching sounds just rips through its ears.
Takes 3 more points of psychic damage. All right, as it kind of tries to shake off these whispers now invading its monstrous beast mind once more, as you let out another cacophony of the screams of the dead.
And then she realizes what's happening with the guy riding the bird and is a little dumbfounded. I don't think she steps out of the room this time. She's like,
Yeah, this is pretty wild. All right, and that's it for Hawthorne?
yeah, that's it for Hawthorne.
All right, Anya.
I will also do a Mind Sliver.
Okay.
Because let's stack these sumbitches.
Yeah.
I know they don't actually stack, but anyway, it's a DC 12 for me, but
It fails.
did it print the spell or not?
Because it takes another.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. Even with just a 1, that brings us down to an 11, so it fails.
Did it print the spell? I can't.
It did not, but that is 1d6 psychic damage.
Okay, I'll just type it out. Sorry.
That's okay. Wow, max damage, nice. And
Hell
what
yeah.
is your Mind Sliver look like specifically?
So, contrary to the screams of the dead, hers is laughter, but it's not good laughter, to put it simply. It's laughter from something that has never known joy, never known mirth or life or light. It is hollow, soulless laughter that invades the mind of the Periton.
Okay.
I can't wait for these 2 creepy bitches to make it to the end of this.
So again,
and then
this
Hawthorne's gonna be like, okay, my new kid, let's go.
just this cacophony of laughter that just that shoots over towards the Periton, which again sort of tries to shake off this continuous psychic assault that seems to be ravaging its mind.
And I will slide over here into this corner, and that is my turn.
Okay. All right. Anya Glebek, you're up. You have the thing grappled. What you doing? As you're kind of like in midair, like trying to hold on as this thing is desperately trying to shake you off of it.
I do believe you can still make a weapon attack while grappling.
You
something.
can, even though you're
I
in
can,
midair.
but my AC will be a 16, and I'm okay with that.
I was really looking forward to describing how you attack it with a flail in midair.
Yeah, well, somehow he pulls it off. Go ahead. As he's like holding on.
He holds it out, and it just runs into it on its own. The thing's like whipping around.
He's got one hand on, like wrapped around like a chokehold on this Periton. The Periton's furiously screeching, trying to get this half orc off of it, trying to maintain its position in flight, and you just see a flail like furiously flailing around in midair, every direction.
You know those videos of people with like nunchucks accidentally whacking themselves in the nuts?
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's basically like that with the flail, where he's like on the back of the thing and he just like whips the flail around and whacks it in the front.
Go ahead and roll
It's
damage.
not graceful, but gets the job done.
Go ahead and roll damage on the flail.
We're not gonna die. We're too stupid to die.
Why was I imagining like a strap on the flail?
Oh.
Nice, full 12. As you see the flail finally connect, you hear this crack and this splattering of feathers. Like, as you can see, these trickles of sort of thick, black, dark crimson blood that seems to sort of steam almost, sort of fall off of this Periton as it shakes it off and lets out almost a sad screech as it takes 12 points of damage total. It's looking a little hurt.
That ends turn.
Rachel.
I've never laughed so hard in one round of combat.
I would like to walk in and cast Eldritch Blast.
All right, go ahead and roll for Eldritch Blast. The theme of the day is, or the
That's 15.
I was gonna say, don't roll a 1 again. Knock on wood. 15. Okay, that does not hit your ally. 15 does hit the Periton. And you have advantage because it's grappled. So you want to go ahead and roll again, see if you get a nat 20. It's up to you. You don't have to, but you can. You can fish. You can fish for a crit.
That is another 15.
Okay, all right, go ahead and roll damage. 15 hits. As you spark up that purplish black energy. Throw an Eldritch Blast, taking the time to line up the shot a little bit more carefully this time.
That is 8 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
Hell yeah.
It is this black emanating just like ball shape that just goes out and just like hits just right.
That hit's different. Yeah, it's just sort of as it's sort of flailing around in midair. This blast of energy flies and hits it right in the chest, and it lets out one final before the searing shadow flame just turns most of its feathers to like this blackened, charred ash as its whole body lights on fire with this purple shadow flame. Sort of the searing heat, this magical heat flickering against Glebek, but dealing no damage to you. However, it does begin to fall. I'm going to give you a reaction. What are you doing?
No.
I mean, if you could try and get it under you, it may cushion your fall a little bit.
That sounds like a great plan. Yeah, I'm
Very
gonna
next
ride this
thing
thing
the
down.
DM says-
My
Make
The
it-
very next thing the DM says is that it dissolves into ash on the way down.
Make a DC 18 dexterity check for me.
Ooh.
It's an awful high dexterity check.
You're
Saving
midair!
throw.
Just a
I'm
regular
good at those,
dexterity
it'll be fine.
check. You're mid-air grappled with a thing that just died.
Hey!
See? And you were complaining about it, and you ride this thing down and manage to stand on its chest as you kind of dig your heels into its stomach as you crash into the statue. You hear its bones crack and shatter, and you kind of instinctively lean forward, do a perfect barrel roll, and sort of land almost in a superhero pose on the ground. No damage.
Amazing. Amazing.
I don't know how I just did that.
That was so cool.
You're like over here.
Alrighty. Now that the creature is taken care of, Hawthorne would like to now approach the pedestal and see if there was any writing on it, and also pluck some of the feathers off of this thing.
So what did I just miss? Because
That's how it be sometimes.
Yeah.
There is writing in sort of a stylized dialectic form of common that says, Periton, the great winged beasts of Borca.
The great winged beast of what?
Beasts, plural. The great winged beasts of Borca. B-O-R-C-A.
Okay. Do I recognize the name of that place?
Make a history check.
Seconded. I also am curious if I know that name.
I am so afraid to turn on my camera that it's gonna freeze my entire Discord again.
Maybe give it a second to catch back up. Do you have anything else open besides
Discord's the only thing open on this stupid potato computer.
That's rough.
14. Not really ringing a bell. It's... Yeah, no.
Does anyone know what Borca is?
Do I?
Does anybody?
If you are not Hawthorne and you are proficient in history, you can roll.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. I figured if I asked someone who might know, can make a roll.
Nope.
Not it.
Although, I think we're all dumb.
I'm wise, not intelligent.
I think we're all street smart, not book smart. We failed school.
In fairness to me, I was kicked out by my parents for my sorcerer's powers.
I wasn't.
And that's on trauma.
I'm not street smart or book smart, so.
Clearly by the one who
And that's
wrote
on
the
trauma.
thing. That's so funny though, I love that.
If it looks dumb but it works, it ain't
I
dumb.
totally just scratched my gym off. Love that.
Oh,
Just gonna hide it
Just gonna-
behind my bangs now.
there you go.
That's fine. It has the hint of red, that's all you really need. But can I also collect some of its feathers as like component?
Yeah, if you'd
aspect?
like, make a survival check.
Cool. I realize it's more like an RP thing, but like, you know.
How beat up is Gubbick? What the hell's your character's name? I'm sorry, I'm awful with names.
Make a medicine check.
Lubbock.
12.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty badly damaged, but you're able to collect 2 black feathers and 1 of the red plumes. He seems about, on a scale of 1 to 28, he seems about an 18.
Who killed him? Did
So-
I kill him?
Yeah, you
Yes.
killed it, and then Nilek
Okay.
wrote it down on
I
a
was-
natural 20 and didn't take any damage when he hit the ground.
What?
Anya will.
I missed that.
Anya will. Gingerly
Because
like
I have
that.
Dark One's Blessing, so when I reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, I have 6 temporary hit points now.
Nice.
Cool.
For how long?
I don't know.
I think it's till you take a long rest.
Anya will just gingerly place a hand on Glubek's like thigh, and cast another Cure Wounds on him. Give me a moment to roll that, or cast it, whatever. There we go. 9 healing that time.
Nice.
He's almost back to full now.
What does your cure wounds look like?
Oh, it can't be pretty.
Let me double check the components on that spell real quick. I think it's verbal and somatic, right? Yeah, verbal and somatic. I hadn't considered that well enough. She sort of like grabs the doll's hand before she touches Glubbick, and just sort of like draws the energy from the doll, and then when she touches Glubbick, it sort of flows into him, and it's like for a split second, a few inches around where her hand touches momentarily looks like porcelain, and then it fades back to its normal material as the healing energy dissipates through his body.
All right, awesome.
Thank you.
You helped protect us. I want to help protect you.
It's a very good thing you know how to do that, child, because I am not made to do anything like that for sure.
And mage armor is 8 hours, by the way.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
seriously.
Blur only lasts
speaking-
like a minute, so that's gone.
Hawthorne is going to cast mage armor on herself.
Probably smart.
What is the thing? 13 plus dex modifier? I have a 14 for my AC now. Can we still hear the weird
I was just about to do the. It starts again.
It starts, so it had stopped during the fight, or we just hadn't noticed?
Couldn't really hear it.
Okay.
To be fair, we were a bit focused.
Alrighty.
Should we like block the door or something? Make sure nothing can come up behind us again or something?
What are the odds of two horrible things being in this house?
Very, very, very high. So high, my dear friend.
The two from Barovia are just like...
You... Over under? Can I go up to the door and like kind of... Is there like a keyhole or maybe a space under the door that I can look through?
This one right here?
Yeah, the one with the sound coming through it.
Yeah, there's a bit of a keyhole, and make a perception check. It's hard to really see through. It's dusty on the inside, and there is a faint flicker of a candle coming from inside as well.
No, that was a very bad roll, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell. You can just see the occasional flicker of a candle. And what appears to be something moving on a table inside the room.
I see I did cast Mage Armor, which is a level 1 spell. Do you want me to roll on the table, or...?
Is it for all spells, or...?
I'll put it in the thing, and then you can decide, because it does specify at DM discretion.
Okay.
Where is it?
If I remember right, the rule is written is that you can have them roll her. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Whatever.
Okay.
Cameras
you
are
can have her roll
frozen.
a
I'll fix that.
d20, and if it's a 1, then she surges and she has to roll on the table to figure out what happens. And it's sort of like whenever she casts a leveled spell, you can have her roll the d20, and then if that goes badly, it's a surge.
Yeah, just go ahead and link it for now, and I'll say we'll hold off. But if you could link it, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't know where it is on Roll20, so I'm getting it from D&D Beyond.
Okay. But yeah, you don't really notice anything, but it's still kind of going.
Yeah, because I rolled a 6 on that. I don't have any idea, but I can still hear it scraping. Can I at least hear if it's getting, like, if it's coming, like, to and from the door, or if it's just kind of far in the room or something?
Seems to be coming from the center of the room.
And it's just the sound of something scraping. It doesn't sound... this is going to sound stupid, but it's because of my character's where she came from. It doesn't sound like a grain mill kind of thing, right? It's not like a milling sound.
Correct. It's like something sliding across a table.
Okay. Because that, I feel like she would recognize pretty easy.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. All right, this is as written what it says.
Okay.
This is the DM can have you, so it's your discretion if you want to do that or not.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Or
hold
when.
off for now. Thank you for linking.
I should probably actually keep that open. All right. So Hawthorne is going to keep one hand. Does the door push or pull open?
Seems to go both ways. Hey.
Oh no. Hawthorne will hold the door handle.
Okay.
And then look at everyone else and be like, so I don't know what's in here. I can't see it. Generally noises are not a good thing to go to. But the fact that the rest of the rooms are so quiet is also a little scary. Where do we want to go? Looks like we have 5 options.
Quite a few, yeah.
I mean, the guy in the bird mask said we needed to face things to get out, right?
I think he said follow your heart, and mine only beats about once a minute, so I don't think we should follow mine.
You should probably see someone.
Follow your heart and stay true to those ideals that guide you. Remember, all hatred comes from a very specific place of trauma.
Yeah.
Down the walls, you can find the truth.
Thank you.
That voice is easier than Anya's voice.
Okay. So where do you think we should go, sir?
Hydrate.
Oh,
Hydrate. Thanks, Rory.
I'm almost out of water.
Does anyone have a preference? Because if it's up to me, I'm going through this door. It sounds the most interesting.
I think whatever we do, we have to stick together.
I think that's the smartest thing that has been said today. Or is that all right with you, Rachel? Did we introduce ourselves?
We never did. No, we've been at this for a little while.
That's very fair. So I guess just
Never once did we ever say our names to each other, but we demanded another creature's name.
Hawthorne will take the second then and go, oh, by the way, I'm Hawthorne. I was raised by hags.
My name is Anya. I grew up on the streets.
That is tragic. You won't live on the streets anymore when we get back home, child.
Okay.
Y'all can call me Ray.
Ray.
It's a great selfie, a great cosplay selfie coming at you.
Fantastic.
There you go.
I was asked to make a token, so I just sent a selfie.
I love
As
it. We love to see it.
HBO Max login info. I will be rewatching all of Teen Titans because that show was the shit.
And you, sir?
Yeah.
I'm Glubbock,
Awesome. Lovely to meet you all. Let's
the
go from
employee of
the
the Order of the Gauntlet.
I'm so sorry, I don't.
I don't know.
Is that like
There's a little bit of a...
You've heard of the Order of the Gauntlet.
So
Yeah.
where we are, we're surrounded in mist, and no
Okay.
one gets out because they die if they try.
Oh, sorry. Were you trying to say something, Rory? When you're having lag issues?
No.
Okay.
So I'm afraid I do not know the Oh, there's a similar thing. Something about a silver dragon a long time ago. Is that similar?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. I'm gonna open this with my magic so we don't touch the door.
Weren't you already touching the door?
Oh, I was just keeping it closed. I meant touch
okay.
the door while the thing gets opened. And then she's gonna grab Anya's hand again and kind of pull her back just a little bit. And then is going to cast Mage Hand again to kind of like push the handle down and push this door where the sound is coming from open. Oh, who is this making me sit up correctly? We got a posture check.
Oh, Evelyn, thank you. Posture check.
I'm promise I'm sitting straight. My back's just crooked.
I'm sitting in a desk chair, so
Also,
my options are limited for slouching.
I don't see who the subscriber was, but whoever that was, thank you very much.
It was me.
Thank you.
It was me.
Thank you, Rory.
It was me.
Much love.
I did that before I did the hydrate.
I saw the hydrate. Thank you. So who is opening? Who is opening this door? The door boss, Dino Adventurer. Thank you for the
Mage Hand
follow.
is opening the door if it's unlocked.
Mage Hand. Okay, so yes, the door. As you take the Mage Hand, and that sort of floating spectral hand operates once more. It just grabs the door handle. The door opens before you to reveal a room lit by a brightly glowing candle in the center of the table. Before
Is the
you,
candle moving?
it's flickering, but the candle itself is not moving. The movement on the table that you had seen had stopped. You watch for a second and no movement, but you do see an object on the table. Dozens of faded portraits cover this particular parlor's walls around you in every direction. The subject's eyes fixed on a circular table that bears an ornate, easily identifiable spirit board.
No. Hawthorne's gonna immediately close that fucking door. No.
A wide mirror hangs over a tall fireplace set in the north wall.
Oh, mirrors. Oh dear. We got mirrors. We got spirit boards.
Never
I
forget.
don't like where this is going.
Thank you, Dino. Dino, currently House of Lament multi-shot from Van Richten's. The party is seems to be kind of neutral right now, but we'll see. So the Mage Hand opens the door, and the door immediately closes. But as it does, you hear once more. From behind the door, not the tin can, but the sliding of something on the wood.
The sliding of a planchette.
Yes, the sliding of a planchette.
Friggin' Hawthorne looks at everyone else and goes,
No.
yeah,
That's the
no.
problem with
Hawthorne,
playing with practitioners.
No.
Hawthorne was like,
No.
no. So
Looks cozy.
why-
You really just brought a spirit board in with me and Emma as
We are Southerners and so superstitious. No, I don't play with the spirit board in real life. I don't play with the spirit board in any game I play. No.
I do not trust the spirit boards. Do not.
Something's trying to communicate with you.
Don't,
Or
no,
mirrors.
that
I
is
don't trust
unfortunate. That
mirrors
thing's never
either.
gonna get heard. Hawthorne's gonna look at the rest of the party. Okay, who's up for a different door?
Yep.
There's a fireplace in there. We could at least light a fire and warm up a little bit after that.
You want to go into the creepy room with the planchette that moves on its own?
I mean, so far, I think every
Absolutely
room's gonna
not.
be creepy.
My witchy ass goes light something to purify and do it.
What
Can we
if
find
ins-
some salt first? Can we
Yeah.
find some salt first?
We'll look for like some salt.
Anybody have any salt?
I'm sure with all of your adventuring gear, someone has salt.
I have some hardtack if any of you like. It's a little salty.
What
Not
if
quite the
instead we
same
just
thing.
find a different fireplace? I can light a fire
That's
wherever we
fair.
want.
Sure.
Yeah. So this over here is a set of double doors, right?
That is just a single door.
Okay. Somebody
I'm
else
saying
pick a
this-
door. I picked the scary room. We're not going in there.
I'm saying this out of character. We could
I-
light the whole house on fire. That would get us warm.
That
and
would.
we wouldn't have to deal with the
Ray,
planchette.
Ray looks over at Hawthorne and mage hands the door.
Sound
I guess
continues.
the one that's like by the stairs.
Oh, can you see now, Rory?
I can sort of see.
The one
so I'm
closest
trying
to you, or
Yeah, here.
Okay, all
The
right.
one closest to me.
All right. So you take your mage hand, and you did say mage hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so sort of a darker purple, almost sort of semi-armored hand just kind of apparates by the door and opens into a dark room.
Anyone have a candle?
Think there was one in the other.
Do I? Do I even have a candle? I don't think I do.
Okay, can I... Prestidigitation allows me to make a shower of sparks. Can I make a shower of sparks? Well, we have dark vision. We can't see in it at all?
Oh, no, you can see in.
Oh,
With
okay.
your dark vision, yep.
Do we have to step inside the room to see what's... I guess I probably...
Do you want to swing the door open? You know what we'll do this for now. There you go.
I don't... There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll work.
It's like a lounge.
Okay. See, this room looks a lot less terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
Okay.
usually a
go
trick
peek in.
back where we're from.
All right. So you all kind of filter into the eastern sitting room. This room appears to have been a smoking room for after-dinner social conversations. The faint smell of burning herbs still lingers here in the air.
We found the cigar room.
There is another door to the east and to the north.
Is there anything in this room, like books or anything to kind of help us suss out what this place is?
Make an investigation check.
What is this?
Can I get
Fireplace.
help on looking around
Oh,
from
okay.
someone?
I can help.
I just
On you
want to
will
have the best chance of these
Are you?
investigations.
Yeah, I'll say go ahead and make it an advantage if...
I'm proficient in
yes.
investigation, so if that...
Investigation's one of those
Yeah.
things, it's a little bit more loose.
Anya will help with investigation.
Yeah,
I
still didn't do very well on that roll.
12.
You tried.
There is sort of a bit of eerie calm to this room, but you feel like there's something about it makes you uneasy, but not frightened in a way.
Is
A little
there
bit
a
uneasy.
picture?
There are no pictures in this room.
A mirror?
No mirrors.
Are
Weird.
these tables just tables, or do
Can I
they
make a
have drawers or
perception check?
cabinets?
Those are tables. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah.
Surprise demon. Maybe.
That's a 22.
Yeah, you take a minute to go kind of investigate under the tables and move some of the cushions around, look in the fireplace, and open up two drawers. On the table, you find sort of an old wooden pipe that is bears no inscriptions, and then just sort of various smatterings of old remnants of old herbs tucked into the two drawers here, but nothing noteworthy. The room seems to have long been picked clean or emptied.
I would like the herbs.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and you collect some old dried smoking herbs.
Filthy habitat.
Hawthorne watches you collect those and is like, hey, can I have some of that? What's that?
We'll talk later.
And again, an
You and
old
me.
dusty wooden pipe that has a cobweb in the bowl.
It's just
That makes the smoking extra silky.
Let's just take this house and just Breaking Bad this domain of dread.
I know, we don't need any more room. We have a nice, really high ceilinged foyer, and then this sitting room with the fireplace. What else do you need to make a meth lab? But on a serious note, though, do we want to take a rest? Because I feel like this room is really safe to take a rest in, if anyone needs it. We all healed? We all good?
I'm fine to keep going.
Cool.
You mentioned wanting to light a fire. Is that something you still want to do?
Let's just cozy up the place a bit.
Maybe allow a demon to come through.
Say what now?
You never know with these old places. They've got fun tricks.
I think if one was going to come through, it would just happen.
That's fair. Onward, then?
Yeah.
Mage hand the next door open from 10 feet away. Or I guess 30 feet away.
Well, there's
I
a
don't know how
couple
far.
of different doors.
Oh, I only see... Oh, I see. Anya is stood by a door, and then there's a door by the fireplace at the north end. Is that correct?
Yeah, one by the north and one directly to the east.
Would it be safe from the small glimpse we got of the planchette parlor? The northern door probably is another entrance to there.
Possibly.
I say we go east. I'll open this door on the east side.
Okay. Using the mage hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm...
Floating mage hand. Turns the door handle. Opens the next door.
I like to imagine my mage hand looks like a old kind of craggly witch's hand.
Hell yeah.
The like knotted finger joints and such. Is that a... What is the thing in the center of the room? Because it vaguely looks like rope.
It looks like what?
Overstuffed furniture faces a handsome concert harp, dramatically sculpted with a flock of flying doves. The dusty music room holds saggy, damp, no longer plush furnishings. Gathered around the room, you can still hear the faint echoes of music being played. And Rachel, you're the last one in the smoking room, right?
Oh, I don't like that necessary, like,
Distinction.
question. Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah, I'm the last one who's
All
like,
right. As you make your way in, before you step through the door, you hear and you smell right behind you burning herbs. And you hear sort of a whisper just from somehow in the room, but somehow far, far away from you. Lord, I must admit, you did a wonderful job in reclaiming these ruins. No one would ever guess.
God, this is like the Dungeons and Dragon Age.
It's great! I fucking love this place.
well, that makes me uncomfortable.
Your
Do
character
you
is making
share your
noise.
experience?
No, all I say is, well, that makes me uncomfortable.
What does? It's just a harp.
It's really pretty.
The harp stands 6 feet tall and appears to be very, very heavy. It is in excellent condition and looks as if it's somehow been oiled regularly.
Eryn, out of character.
Pristine object
Did
in the
they
room.
describe all the expensive looking stuff as very heavy to try to dissuade everyone from trying to steal all the gold shit in this house? That's the second time the
Oh
most
my
valuable
gosh.
looking object in the room has been described as heavy.
It weighs 300 pounds.
if I die, I'm coming back as a Goliath.
It's just to
fight that.
take the harp. I mean, it is a harp, so harps are pretty big and pretty heavy.
Anya sort of walks over to it. She doesn't touch it. She's savvy enough
Okay.
not to do that. But she is just sort of looking at it, sort of studying the carvings and
Okay. It's very pretty.
Looking at it closely. Not looking for anything per se, just like really admiring it and taking it in.
It is extremely beautiful. The work with the carvings of the doves is just breathtaking.
It's super pretty. Still, what are we doing?
Going to the next room, I suppose.
None of you happen to play, do you?
I'm going to take a wild guess that even if we did, it would not be in tune or playable. Do you play?
No. Talent I don't have. But well, music would cheer the place up.
You.
The only nice thing
I think if we manage to clear this place, we're going to give it to you so you can cheer the whole place up. Light all your fireplaces, fill it with music, replace the cushions.
That feels like the sad ending to this story. Like,
Man,
he gets
the
left behind.
the inner bard in me want to go over and try and play it. I am fighting that part so much.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm not is because I made her from Barovia, so it's like she is savvy enough with creepy shit to be like, no, that's a creepy shit.
Yeah, that's a creepy shit.
So there is what appears to be sort of almost like a thin paper mache sliding door here, and another wooden door here that connect into the next room, as if to extend this room as an extension of whatever the next room is. Sort of a decorative, sort of crafted paper mache
Go that
door,
way,
very
I go that
expensive.
way?
Yeah, we'll open both doors.
Yeah, we'll
One,
open both doors with Meiji.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Chairs and candelabras covered in extremely dusty sheets. Cobwebs in the corners attend this hall's broad dining room table. Still life paintings depicting multiple grand feasts hang on the walls, their faded oils making the food look rotten and uninviting. A conspicuous, child-sized form is seated under a sheet covering at the far end of the table.
Looks like a little kid who's sat with like a sheet over their heads.
It's the form of a child with sort of like a table sheet covering it, almost like a ghost, just sitting still in the chair.
What a delightful turn of phrase, Eryn.
A child shape.
Child shape, almost like a ghost. Delightful. Just great.
It is not moving. You look away and turn back, and still there.
Hello.
No response.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's not actually alive, whatever it is.
Probably best not to touch it, though.
I don't like that.
There is a sideboard in the room that is sort of over here, containing cracked dishware and bent spoons. That's about it. And that sort of childlike form just remains.
From the other side of the table, Hawthorne is going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Gently lift up like a corner of that cloth that's covering the thing, just enough to see like a foot or something.
Okay.
In
You see... Go ahead.
Abyssal?
Yep.
In Abyssal, Ray would like to say hello there.
There is... So you say it in Abyssal, no response.
Okay.
You see what appears to be sort of just the outline of a doll.
As I lift up the like thing, it starts to like reveal a doll.
Yep. Not moving.
Nothing to be worried about.
Anya just clutches hers a little bit tighter. And is just kind of looking at it and looking back down at hers and just sort of back and forth.
Okay. Do you reveal it? Do you take off the rest of the sheet?
No. You put the cloth back down.
Drops it back down. Just, nope.
Quick, tie it up.
I was making sure it wasn't a
corpse.
corpse.
That's a hard pass. That's a hard pass.
Glubbick, what are you doing?
Glovis gonna be like, for crying out loud, and just walk over and pick up the doll. Just be like, look, there's nothing to be scared. It's a doll.
Do you take the sheet off of it?
Yeah, I take the sheet off
Okay.
and I go to pick up the doll.
All right.
I'm over here by the door still.
You just kind of Glubbick walks over and throws the sheet off, and you look at it, and there is a porcelain doll, very well made, very well crafted, with blonde hair and a purple tunic. It is an exact replica of Anya.
I was actually going to make a joke about it
No.
looking like Hawthorne. Oh my god.
I guess I'm gonna pick it up and bring it over to Anya.
Anya, there is a porcelain doll missing one of its eyes that seems to be modeled in your likeness.
Missing one of its eyes?
I would like to cast Mage Hand and try and just like stop.
The chat is great.
That-
They're like, nope. Nope.
Abandon hope, all ye.
I know Mage Hand can't do a lot, but just like a little no.
Yeah, no, Hawthorne's gonna step in front of Anya like, ah ha ha.
Anya
No,
just
no.
steps back into this room. She's like, nope, do not want. I do have to say, I really enjoy how there's two Barovians and Raven from Teen Titans, and they're like acutely aware they're in a horror module, and then there's just this guy.
What? It's just a doll.
You're the party guy trope from the horror movies.
Yes.
I feel like
He's like,
he
the doc,
doesn't
he's got,
die
like, a
till like
Letterman
midway
jacket.
through by sheer luck.
Oh god. Oh, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Stares at a ghost. I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah. There's no such things as ghosts. What are you doing, man? Why are you all?
Oh god, he's Fred. He's Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Let's see, we got Shaggy, we got Scooby.
Oh no.
We
All
have
right.
no Velma.
and
There's
Velma.
no intelligence stat in
There's
this
no
whole party.
intelligence.
No Velma.
All right.
There's just a couple Shaggies and Scoobies and Fred.
Oh, I don't think it's a good idea to hold the doll. It is a very beautiful doll, though. I am a little worried how it got here.
Kind of looks like Anya.
ask you to do one thing. I'm gonna ask you to do one thing. Put it back.
Can we?
Yeah, fine.
Put it back.
Anya, you don't have any siblings, do you?
No.
Just making sure.
Glubbick, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh no.
Happily.
I'm sure Glubbick has a.
Oh
my god!
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's the first nat 20 of the night.
Yeah, and honestly,
Second nat 20 of the
First
night.
nat 20 of
And
the
Both of them
honestly-
from Glubbick.
it was for
Was that the, oh,
a
right,
potentially
I missed the
mundane
first
effect.
one.
Oh god. You're right. He's the jock that survives most of the movie by
But
like sheer dumb luck.
He only dies because he tries to help save the main character at one point, and then he dies.
Colin, chat desperately wants you to put the doll back.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I gently put the fragile-looking porcelain doll back down.
All right.
Yep, Hawthorne's gonna cover that shit right back up. Next door, then? Oh, Anya, here, come here. Hawthorne's gonna hold out her hand so she could, like, lead Anya around and, like, skirt around the doll.
If you want to go ahead and just, like, drag both of our tokens, go for it.
I cannot. I got, like, the power was taken from me. This room's the bad room. So we should not go into this room.
Well, assuming it connects.
Okay, I
we
can't.
actually don't
I'm
know.
having issues moving now.
Here,
Can we still
I
hear-
got your token.
There are
Huh?
two
Still hear
doors.
The sliding wood from, like, this.
Make a
area?
perception
Does
check.
this room connect?
Make a perception check, Anya.
As you wish.
Yeah, because
As you
the
wish.
planchette room was
Hey.
described as very large, so I was wondering if it wasn't that whole, like, rectangle.
Right, that's why I'm asking.
You hear the faintest bit of scraping, but it appears to be further into the interior of the house and muffled to the point where you think that this might be a different room.
I think there's another room here we could try if you want.
Okay. Here, you stand behind, and we'll use Mage Hand and open the door one more time. We'll open this door to the west, then.
I like how we were like 1, 2, 3, and ended up in the same room.
I
All right.
figured we would be, but I was also a little bit afraid one of these was going to be a closet, and I didn't want to, you know.
All right, who's opening the door?
Hawthorne
With
Okay.
Mage Hand.
with Mage Hand.
All right. Kind of.
2 mage hand bitches up in here.
Yeah, we are not touching anything
Ooh.
unless your name, unless you are a half orc, and then you touch everything.
If you want
physically.
any of those doors to close, let me know.
I'm
Is that a
starting to
mechanic
feel
we should be
less
keeping
and
up
less
with?
bad about. No, I'm just kidding. I still get that.
If you specifically want any doors to be closed, just let me know and I can close them for you.
The aspect ratio on that rug texture is fantastic.
What
It's a little
happened?
dulled, but it's fine.
It looks weirdly stretched to me, or is that design?
No, you're right.
intentional?
You're right.
Okay. I was like, is that intentional, or am I misreading something here?
The hall is lined, the main hall of the manor is lined with broken picture frames. A rug with a dizzying, somewhat blurred, yeah, there you go, geometric pattern covers the floor.
Wait, it's intentional?
Yeah, apparently. The rug seemingly has a geometric pattern that sort of plays a trick on your mind that seems to swirl and move on its own. But when you stop and shake and refocus, you can tell from a different angles it's just a carpet. Or it appears to be just a carpet.
That's correct. You are the only one on the rug.
You are the only one on the rug, because the rest of us saw the rug, and we stepped off at the rug.
Conspicuously colorful thing in this dead house, you know, think.
Boy,
Glubbick,
we love Fred.
Glubbick is standing on the rug without issue.
Okay.
Can I... Glubbick, can you lift the rug? Is there something under it? Just maybe the corner you're stood on.
Be happy to. Strength check? I'm just gonna move the rug.
Yeah, you can move the rug. Oh no, this is Chimera's territory again.
I
Hey,
would
do
like
come
to.
into
I would
your
like to
house?
back.
Move your rugs.
I would like to step back.
Okay. All right. As you step back into the room, you smell something.
Oh
Something
wait.
something sweet coming from the room to the north.
The kitchen.
Like a baked good. Like sweet roll.
Hawthorne, do you smell that?
Hawthorne's gonna pop her head in. Smell what?
Yes, you do. You kind of take a second to kind of focus. Smells like something baking in the kitchen.
You know, the crazy bitches who raised me used to use those things to trick the Barovians into trading their children off.
I'm
The
just
rule of
gonna
thumb, don't
step
do that.
back into the other room now.
Well, Well, now that you're in the hallway, you can hear the.
Ah, that's the bad room. We won't go in there.
The implication that there is a good room seems fallacious.
We have gone through 3 or 4 good rooms. There was nothing in these rooms. Well, except for the Anya doll. That's the bad.
There were
And
things that we very
voices.
conspicuously decided not to touch.
And
There's a reason
the
for that.
voices the voices that I told no one about.
Yeah. All right.
Someone still gotta try that harp.
Got
You're
it?
more than welcome to, my friend.
We can go back.
Just gonna roll up this carpet like we're moving.
Can I come listen at the doors right here?
Can someone move me back into the room?
Where are you?
I got you.
Oh, there you are.
Before
can
you
s-
do,
I can see the map, but I cannot.
actually, no, yeah, go ahead.
No.
You see
Now my map went down.
the portrait on the wall, Glubbick. The first one is of a sort of Victorian dressed woman in sort of a green and gold corset with a sort of black overcoat in this beautiful pink sort of undercoat, sort of blouse and dress with a sort of the rest is long and black and silk, and the other two are portraits of small children, a boy and a girl.
On the wall inside that we're here?
Yep. And the others appear to be just of there are two men standing here at the last one that sort of face that sort of are posing for just a general portrait, seemingly just the two men of the house in sort of well-kept garb with a couple of medallions on their breast pockets, unassuming for the most part, but something about the first portrait really calls out to you, Glubbick.
Anyone recognize the people in these portraits?
I don't.
Never seen them before.
So that's the on first glance, those are the good room. Yes, definitely a good room. At first glance, those are the images that you see on the wall as you walk past.
Okay. And then as I get to this door over here, do I hear anything?
The double doors. Make a perception check.
I think I'm
double
gonna roll
doors.
dice because I have not been doing well on roll 20. Although I'm gonna say that and roll nat 1 on my die. Oh, I rolled natural 19 actually. So that was perception.
Perception.
It's gonna be a 23.
You hear sort of the faint sound of what seems to be aggravated conversation, just the faintest whispers of that. Sort of an argument, a frantic argument happening in the room to the left. Though exactly from this side of the door, it's hard to make it out.
Does it have that weird strangeness that the fog had, where it was like the people were like drifting in and out, or like from outside of the manor?
It has
Or does it sound?
Yeah, it has the same sort of whispered sound to it.
Okay. More ghosts in this room then. And up here, Eryn.
Yes.
Is this here a door?
That is a door, yes.
Okay. Does this door here have the sweetness smell?
That door, make a perception check, being closer to the door for me. Make another one. So get up
So
real.
15?
Yes, it does have a bit of a sweet smell as well.
Okay. Glubbick,
Yes.
do you want to go into what is probably the kitchen? go into a room with angry ghost sounds, or go to the north?
Well, spoiled food seems like the least scary of them all. Let's check out the kitchen.
Alrighty. We're gonna use Mage Hand and open the kitchen door then.
Okay. So take the mage hand, that spectral hand.
And then I will step us into the kitchen.
A rack previously suspended from this kitchen's ceiling has crashed, crushing a table in the center of the room and scattering a plethora of rusted iron pots and cooking implements throughout the room. A sizable iron stove is built into the north wall. Several additional doors lead from the room, and a faintly sweet smell wafts from the center.
I don't suggest
wait,
eating anything.
To find the oven. The oven is here. A faintly sweet smell emanates from inside of the oven.
So what is this?
That is a chimney.
Oh, okay.
Is it like a fireplace, or is it just the chimney?
That's a fireplace and chimney.
Okay.
It's a chimney with a hearth.
Well, all in all, it seemed like this house put a lot of its best fighters in the first room.
Or we've managed to avoid fights.
This is true.
Where do we go from here?
I think that door to the east leads us back outside. Back onto that porch.
You hear a bit of a creak coming from the oven door.
No, we're not eating your food, oven. Stop it.
And Glebek, you hear a creak coming from the oven door.
Stop targeting me just because I'm gullible.
The knobs on the oven like twist into sad eyebrows.
Oh, oven!
Hawthorne, there's two doors here on the north, right?
There is a door to the north and stairs that lead down. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Sorry. There's a door here that's partially open, and you can see that there are stairs that lead down into a basement.
That makes my toes curl when I go into a spooky basement. Ooh.
It's sort of like, maybe I can... Yeah, there you go. There we go.
I have
Perfect.
to remember that my character is not as prone to watching horror movies as I am. I don't know, Globek, are you gonna go figure out what's in the oven?
Maybe it's something good.
I will not stop you, but I will not say it is a good idea.
You can seek out the sweet roll if you want, but someone might steal it. That is a legitimate concern.
Just curious. I know it's nothing I don't want to eat, but I'd at least like to take a peek inside.
Well, you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat.
Never heard that expression before.
It's very common in Barovia. Well, there are some stairs leading down into what is possibly the basement. If you're hungry, there may be some stores of food.
Yes, go ahead, never mind. Just wanted to check on a couple things. But, yeah.
Or we can try and go through the door to the north.
We may as well see every room on this level before we go up or down.
Oh, I like that idea. We'll use a mage hand then to open the door to the north. The one that does not go through the stairs.
Genuinely seeming to ignore what's happening in the room, the fireplace ignites in a roaring flame. And the oven door slams down.
You
Kitchen.
said no.
That is not how you behave.
That behavior is unbecoming of a gentle kitchen.
This is not me either. This is the book. There's 2 pages on this.
There's 2 pages on if you ignore the kitchen.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
I need more modules with sassy kitchens.
You're
Sassy kitchen.
this just so y'all know, I think I should make it clear that this is not me not wanting you to miss anything. This is actually written into the WotC adventure. Again, 2 pages about the kitchen not wanting to be ignored. Your passive perception allows you to determine that there is a large muffin in the oven.
A single muffin?
There's a single muffin in the center of the oven that smells delicious and has
Does it have an eat me tag?
it has icing on it that forms what appears to be a letter.
What letter is it?
Do you want to go look at it?
Glubbick wants to go look at it.
Okay,
Glubbick's
Glubbick.
right in front of it.
The
just gonna
the
laugh.
oven door like
Glubbick.
almost slams into your leg as it kind of slams down, and you just kind of sidestep. And there is a large muffin on the inside that has the initial A on it.
One muffin. But there's 4 of us.
Yeah, it's a large chocolate chip muffin with icing that has this sort of white icing that forms the letter A.
Bet it's raisins though.
Hawthorne sees that thing open, and
The
Technically, you
fire
can't
is
see.
now roaring, by the way.
technically you can't see a mage hand, but Glubbick, you see a mage hand gently slide by your leg and gently close the oven door.
No, none of that.
The letter A
Yes, the letter A.
clearly stands for a muffin for Glubbick.
Fantastic leap of
I
logic.
think you're right. Actually, you're completely right.
There you
Go
go. We'll
for it.
fire for the fireplace.
Ooh, fire.
Can I look at the fireplace? Does it have any sigils or
Is there
any
a me in the
writing?
fireplace too?
Okay, so you go look at the fireplace.
I think Hawthorne will stand right about here and look at the fireplace.
Okay. As you look at the fireplace, you see emerging from the flames a flaming, sort of almost zombified, sort of stretched arms, sort of the long, thin, lanky, and haggard slowly emerge from the fire. It is a blaze itself, and it has long, hideous, pointed nails, and its skin is pulled taut, and it has too many elbows. It doesn't make sense. And its kind of long, haggard finger points over to the kitchen, to the oven. It points over to the muffin in the oven.
I know it's probably not going to work, but Hawthorne tries to use prestidigitation to snuff out the fire.
Isn't that only for
Sigh,
non-magical flames?
It technically says you can instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. Does it constitute a small campfire? Is it too big?
You make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I need to make one too? Because I'm like right next to her.
Nope.
Okay.
A natural 20 or a 21.
A porcelain bowl on the table comes flying off of the table. You dodge and it strikes the wall on the other side of... It strikes the door to this room here. Just...
Hawthorne will stand back up. Did the fire get snuffed out or is it still lit?
Let's see. Soil, chill, warm. I would say make an Arcana check.
Ooh, that was not good. That's only a 7.
Okay, yeah, it flickers for a moment. And then roars up once more. Almost hearing sort of, you hear like a roar of frustration coming from the fire. Like, ah!
Well, that is no way to speak to us. We will walk out of this room right now if you do not. Do you want something? We won't eat your food. That is dangerous for us.
Lubbock's already got half the muffin down his gullet.
The hand like, are you eating the muffin?
No, I'm absolutely not eating the muffin that clearly has someone else's initials on it. The same person that there's a doll sitting at the dinner table waiting to eat.
Anya is in denial about that connection.
The flaming hand just kind of like points over to the muffin again.
You get a little on the nose now.
Maybe it wants the muffin?
An abyssal Ray goes, what are you trying to tell us, boy?
An abyssal Hawthorne answers. An abyssal Hawthorne answers, I don't think it's trying to tell us anything. I think it's trying to eat us. Hawthorne is going to use Mage Hand.
Hold on. In abyssal, Anya suggests maybe it wants to eat the muffin?
I, for one, would like to try feeding the muffin to the doll.
I was about to say, Hawthorne was going to use Mage Hand just to, like, grab the muffin and go bring it into the dining room.
My muffin!
Do you wanna, okay, do you
Lubbock the only one. Is Lubbock the only one over here that doesn't know how to speak Abyssal, or does everybody here know how to speak Abyssal?
Do you open the dining room door?
Common, and Orcish.
I'm just gonna, you'll see, open the door. There you go.
Yeah, we opened the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna try and give the doll the muffin. Hawthorne is going to open the oven.
Okay.
And using a Mage Hand is going to pull the muffin out.
Okay.
And go set it in front of the doll.
You do that, and the hand kind of like slaps the top of the chimney, like it's slapping its forehead in frustration.
I love the idea that we have thoroughly pissed off this kitchen.
Oh, this is fantastic.
There's a muffin on the table now.
This feels even more chaotic than the Crystal Coven.
Clearly, there's a problem in communication. Does anyone have parchment and pen? Just give the fire a pen. It can write it down.
I'm gonna try Primordial. Speaking like a fire tongue and be like, bro, I know you probably want us to eat the cupcake, but we won't eat the cupcake because there's something else we can do.
An infernal Ray just goes, what do you want us to do?
What do you want?
Oh.
This is fantastic.
It just goes limp and just defeat. Okay, so was it just the Mage Hand?
His thing.
Was it just the Mage Hand? What?
That picked up the muffin. Did anybody actually? Oh my god.
Yeah, Arthur's not touching it. It's now.
I can't.
Eryn so hard is trying to make us touch this muffin.
We've officially pissed off the kitchen.
We are dodging it left and right.
There's no breakfast for us. No continental breakfast.
Eryn, our characters are no longer what we thought they'd be.
I can't.
Because you invited 2 witches to a haunted I'm gonna cry. Two superstitious paranoid Southern women. Witches. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Oh my goddess. Okay.
What is at the end of page 2? Does it simply say, if none of this works, the kitchen just gives up?
There is literally no guidance as to what is happening right now.
Matt Mercer could not foresee
There's
this.
no guidance. You broke Fenrichton's guide to Ravenloft.
So chaotic.
Hey, who's the author? Oh, I gotta find out.
Gosh. I'm gonna start crying here in a second.
On a not super related note, I just have a small request that if we're gonna keep playing for a little bit longer, can I take a brief break to get some more water?
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, oh boy. Yeah, Avalon, go ahead. We'll hang out. It's an open table for this. We'll wrap up in a little bit. I'm just kind of collecting myself.
Okay.
How late does everyone have? We will be right back in 5.
Maybe
Pure
2,
chaos.
Emma. Maybe 2.
Pure chaos.
2
Eryn,
max.
I'm so sorry.
Gonna turn the cameras off for now. While we wait for everybody to get back.
I regret to inform you that my character has completely gone out the window.
The character is
I
no
don't know what to
longer
do.
Raven from Teen Titans. The character is Rory from the South.
There is not only is there no guidance on what to do in this situation in the
There's
kitchen.
a reason that my selfie is my token.
There's no guidance as to what to do if you ignore the spirit board. Wizards clearly did not playtest this with witches.
I don't think this was too thought out here.
By wizards or by
Fair.
me?
To be fair, they probably played it
Porque
with a
no
bunch
los
of the
dos.
like white type people who are
Yep.
like, I'm gonna go interact with the spooky haunted thing, and not with the superstitious people who are like, not even in a video game will I interact with a Ouija board. No.
Oh, you want me to play Phasmophobia? I'm not touching that thing.
That's got bad juju all over it.
I don't even like touching spirit boxes.
They sell them in Barnes and Noble, and I think that's the dumbest shit in the world.
What is a spirit box? There's a band called Spirit Box that I really like.
It's a tool that people who do ghost hunting use that like sends out radio frequencies and that moves through it so fast that the idea is that a spirit is able to pull certain words from all the different frequencies and speak to you using it.
By the way, welcome to everyone that's just joining us now. We're currently trying to figure out how to play House of Lament with witches because it's not working well.
So Lament with witches because it's not working.
This was not that out. I'm sorry, I could not hold my character. Character's out the window. This is actually me.
Playing you.
Like I said, this is actually me. That's why the token is a selfie of me.
I think
This is
So-
you cosplaying Raven's powers.
So we'll go.
I think
Go
what
ahead.
I really like is that we accidentally went into this with an entire charisma party, no intelligence between us, and there's nobody to talk to. It is devoid of RP, and we're in here with nothing but max charisma, and it's fantastic.
Also, like, these 3 that are like, nope, and then the one that's like, yeah, let's pick up the doll.
The thing was, the entire game was play tested with people who play like how Colin plays, which
Yep.
is A-okay.
Yep.
Until you get people who play like us.
Oh.
Well, the muffin sits in front of the doll, just sitting there on the table.
We've disappointed the chimney.
Has the hand kind of gone limp at this point? Just kind of like,
It just kind of stays there for a minute and then sort of retracts a little bit back into the flame and sort of waits to see what you do.
Also, my spell list is jacked up because I was fiddling with it when I was having trouble with the character mancer,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize until we got going that there were spells I wanted to drop and didn't get a chance to. It's fine. I'll stick with what I have now because it's fun to like make do with lesser things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, God damn it, none of these are useful.
I would like. Hawthorne is in the middle of, okay, so do I need to fix this by making a table set for the doll, or do we just leave?
Tea party.
Does it need it? She has very, like, she doesn't have low intelligence, but it is her dump stat.
Did someone say tea though?
So she's looking between the fireplace and the muffin, and she's like, I think our work here is done. Let's go on to the next room.
Not so fast. Lubbock is going to fashion a tiny bib for the doll.
As you do this, the hand retracts into the chimney, the fire goes out immediately, and the oven door slams shut. And it falls silent.
Did you sneak a peek at the module during the break?
No.
We're doing good work here.
Nope.
You were right. God, that's exactly what it needed. I
have a tiny bib.
bib.
Can't muss up the clothing.
We're just gonna irritate the house until it gets rid of us out of frustration.
Maxeldon's gonna come back and be like, you know?
Are you fucking serious?
I think you guys would get along with one of my old friends real well. His name is Grog.
He's watching us in the form of a raven, just like outside the window, and he's just like, damn, that's familiar.
Yeah.
He's already assigned us roles based on his friends, like, that one's Grog.
I mean, we were chosen for a reason, right? But apparently this reason was to break the DM.
Yeah.
It was actually Grog who chose us. They, like, finally let him try and decide the person to beat the house, and he was like, oh, yes, these 4 idiots. Okay. Mage hand to open this door to the north, then.
Using Mage Hand is going to be the most common 2 words of this entire fucking module for us.
I think we need to start taking turns with the mage hand, though.
You just push the door
I'm feeling
in.
a little left out.
You're more than welcome to open whenever door you want to, Rory. Oh, it's a little bit.
What were you saying, Eryn?
Just saying that you use the mage hand to push the door in.
I used mage hand to push the left one open.
There is a pantry. Oh, that just goes back into the hallway. Yeah. So if you can see into it, so there are doors everywhere on the dynamic lighting layer. If you can see into it, it means that the door is open. Unless you mean the one in the back.
Yeah, I can't actually see anything.
Do you want me to do the thing again?
Like, I guess it's frozen.
I got you.
I don't know, roll 20 being weird for me.
Yeah.
We're getting the makeup brush bucket back out.
I know. Ember sent me
Uh,
a picture.
No, that was me. I took that picture and sent it in the Discord because I wanted you all to see what stupid crap I'm doing. Try to get this.
The foodstuffs in this.
I love you.
The foodstuffs in this pantry, because that's what it is, have decayed to dust in rotten smears inside sealed glass jars.
All right, nothing exciting in there. Let's go back out here.
Not from what you can see, no. So.
Hawthorne's gonna like quickly skip down all the way down here and push open this door.
Okay.
So that we have quick access to the smoking parlor if we need it.
Ah,
All right.
Awesome.
don't drag me.
Do any of you look at the portraits on the wall?
I thought we did look at the portraits on the wall.
You notice them, but you caught a cursory glimpse of all of them.
Well then, yeah, sure. Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. I was just asking.
Can I make a perception check about anything
Sure.
in this?
Yeah, go ahead and make a
Like it.
perception check.
I thought we had gotten a good look at them already. That's why I was like, yeah. Cool,
Oh
we saw
yeah,
it.
no. So that's my apologies. That's my bad. So you all caught a cursory glance, but I need to know if any of you took the time to really look at or inspect any of the paintings.
Yeah, after
That was
encountering
that
the
was
doll.
15.
Nice.
Okay.
After encountering the doll that looks like her, Anya would probably try to take a closer look at the portraits and see if any of them are familiar.
Okay. These last three here are seem to be just of various groundskeepers, acquaintances. There's sort of like a staff photo here. There's another sort of general family photo here in front of a fireplace, or a family portrait. And there's just a sort of a painting of the manor itself, the last one, much smaller paintings and portraits. None of them are really catch your eye or are assuming, but the one furthest to the south end of the hallway, Rachel, with your passive perception of 15, you just notice a bit of a shimmer in it as you kind of do another cursory glance down the hallway.
There's a shimmer to it, like a magic shimmer?
like almost like there's a quick shimmer, almost like the portrait, sort of the image in the portrait moves slightly, but still appears. You kind of narrow your eyes and it appears to be the same portrait, but you just caught a glimpse of a shimmer as if it moved ever so slightly.
I'm going to do something stupid and carefully walk over to get a better view.
Okay. Gonna move your token? Or do you need me to move it for you?
I need it moved.
Okay.
Which
I'm actually watching it.
This one, right here. You see again that woman with the purple and black and the corset, sort of the gold and green corset, and the rest of the sort of like an off purplish pink. She kind of is standing posing with a parasol, and as you approach, you can hear again the faint movement of the planchette on the other side of the door.
I am then going to walk back.
Before you do, as you start to turn, you see the portrait start to move. The image of the figure takes the parasol and kind of...
I would like to Eldritch Blast it.
And turns...
I would like to rage.
I would like to Eldritch Blast it.
You fire up Shadow Flame. The portrait is destroyed and shatters into 100 pieces, into dust and ash. Just the remnants of a few pieces of the frame collapsing onto the floor.
I do. It's like, good job. Yeah, I think that was the right call.
I'm gonna smash a picture too, just so I can be included.
The one closest...
Eryn's disappointment.
The one closest to you is a portrait of... It's a portrait of the manor itself.
Does it look the same as when we entered, or is it like in the manor in its prime?
In the manor in its prime.
And then you smash it. How do you say our character's name? I want to say Godric.
Glebic.
Glumbic.
I'm gonna write that down.
Maybe we just blue skidoo our way into the portrait of the manor in its prime and just leave.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing my flail at a random picture.
All right, the one closest to you is the picture of the it's a portrait, a painting of the manor in its prime.
And it gets smashed into a bunch of pieces by a flail.
Yeah, no, well, it's more of like a painting in glass. So the glass shatters and the painting just gets ripped. So it's just, you just made a mess of a nice painting. That's all.
Hawthorne like looks over around the corner. It's like, oh, did that one move too? Don't like that.
Yours moved?
Yeah, this one moved.
We're over here like smash all the pots. I mean paintings.
See, we're a bunch of like skittish cats, and Lubbock is a golden retriever.
Yeah.
That's our
Alright.
party
That's
dynamic
exactly
right now.
it.
I want to take a quick look at the two portraits of the children, just real quick as we walk by.
Okay. Yep, they mostly Victorian dress. They both kind of have dirty blonde hair. The boy is maybe 5 or 6. The girl maybe 7. Sort of long frilly pigtails, and they just appear to be posing for portraits.
Are there
paintings.
nameplates under their portraits?
There are not.
I wonder if they died young, since there are no older paintings of them. Hawthorne would like to use the mage hand, or I guess Ray, if you would like to, the north side door, I think, because the one that is to the east.
You can hear the faint sounds of sort of whispers of arguments coming from the.
So I think this one up here is going to be kind of boring, so we can go through it real quick.
Okay, mage hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna mage hand.
Okay.
Maybe there are more portraits upstairs or downstairs. I mean, we haven't seen any bedrooms yet or anything. Sorry, I know that's a little out of place. My mic was muted.
That's okay. The closet at the end of the hall is dark and conspicuously empty.
I would like to run real quick into the pantry.
Okay.
Is there flour?
Make an investigation check.
Can I see if there's ash in the fireplace?
There appears to be the faint remnants of ash, yes. Not a lot, but enough to fill maybe a small pouch.
Don't get too close to that thing.
You said investigation?
Yes.
That's a 12.
Man, I really want to go.
Let's see. Yeah, so you find sort of old stale flour, sort of like a half of a satchel or half of a pouch. You also find a vial of red liquid with a rat skull on the label.
Cool.
Oh.
Hawthorne definitely pockets that one.
Yeah.
And takes the satchel of flour.
Yep.
Make sure that Anya has
Raven.
come back from the ash
Ray.
thing. And if Anya
Ray
is
comes
safe-
over and goes. You find anything good?
I found some flour. And then Hawthorne's gonna chuck the bag of flour, or the satchel of flour, into this empty room.
Okay, you just
Let it all kind of like spill out. Try and cover some space.
You chuck a satchel of flour into an empty room.
And it doesn't stick to anything?
The floor?
Cool.
There any
Awesome.
salt in there?
It's maybe about a small dice bag worth of salt. So maybe about
I
the
take the
contents of a... Okay. All right, yeah, you could go in the pantry and take the salt.
I would like the salt.
Okay, easy enough. Take the pouch of salt. You now have 1 pouch of salt. You can add to your inventory.
I mean, there was plenty of salt coming
Awesome.
from the fireplace earlier, so.
Ah, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeesh.
No, that hurt me.
Sheesh.
I'm not usually up this late. It's
No, this is great. We just need to have only late life streams so we're all sassy.
Y'all agreed to play the module. It's all I'll say.
Oh, I know. I regret
Oh, no,
nothing.
yeah, no. We're having a great time.
I regret nothing, but by the end of this, you might regret.
Yes.
No,
Possibly.
Honestly, that's fair.
I feel like we should not go into this room. Or into the closet.
So we're just throwing old food around now? Weird.
I mean,
No, I'm keeping the salt.
so I wanted to see if there was something invisible. And flour sticks to everything. Look, I have some on my hands and all I did was touch the back.
Sure, because it's just invisible stuff.
I would believe it was
Okay.
invisible. It's empty. Look at everything else in this place. Is there cobwebs even in this
Yes.
storage?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Dust
Have
and
y'all not
cobwebs.
noticed
Not
all
here
the
to
creepy
argue with
shit
you. I'm
happening?
just gonna go over
Throwing
here.
flour.
All right.
What did you
Awesome.
say?
Everything grows.
So we can go into the room with the arguing voices, or we can go explore the other side of the house.
I think,
Upstairs and downstairs.
Rory, are you there? Your video's frozen.
You were saying something earlier.
Yeah,
but I missed the end of the sentence.
My entire Discord was frozen
Oh, okay, that's fine.
for a good second there.
Oh, yeah. I'll just keep playing with it until it comes back. But anyway,
I don't remember what I was.
go ahead, y'all.
You were
Sorry.
saying something about the flower. Something that should have happened and didn't, I think.
Yeah, I said, did you see all this creepy shit happen? Like, do y'all feel the creepy shit happening in here and think that throwing flowers weird?
I mean, I clearly am on the level.
Yeah.
So creepy arguing room or other side of house?
Maybe upstairs.
We still have the other half of the first floor.
We're here.
Yes, but I want to avoid the rooms. These rooms.
We have to face this stuff eventually.
I mean, we
to
saw how
not,
well we had
maybe.
to deal with the kitchen.
It got a little grumpy. And you know what? I didn't like its attitude to begin with. That kitchen kind of had it about it.
That kitchen was up
That
to no
picture-
good, I tells ya.
That picture frame was looking at me weird.
I believe.
Yeah, me too.
We didn't have to fight anything. That's progress, right?
Yeah. All right, so we will open up this door
Eryn
then.
is like dying over there. I feel like we're just like avoiding everything, and she doesn't know what to do.
So we're gonna mage hand open the door right here, because
Okay.
Glubbock
All right.
thinks there might be something fun in there.
Take the mage hand. Mage hand open the double doors easily enough.
One hand
Throw
on
it
each
open.
door.
Yep. One hand on each door. Easy enough.
Is that a really fucking big spider web in there?
Broken boards mar the web-like design worked into this ballroom's wooden floor. It is not a web, it is the floor itself has splintered into a web. A web-like design.
Okay.
Does it make any patterns or anything? Like, is there anything that could be deciphered out of the chaos of the floor?
I'll come back to that in a second. You can make an
sorry.
Arcana or investigation check if you want in the meantime. A short stage for long-departed musicians stands at the room's far end, overlooked by cracked, stained glass windows.
Up here on this stage, is that just like a pile of broken glass?
That is.
Oh, Glubbock.
As you all enter the room, a hollow, mocking voice reaches out to all of you, echoing as if from far away, but near just the same. I'll give you a simple choice, my misguided knight. You can join Lady Silvra, and I'll entomb you all within my fortress walls, or forsake your commander, bear witness to her execution, and then walk free to tell all of Dranzorg's justice. My mercy knows but a moment, friends. Choose!
Cool. Glubbick has been moving throughout the room. Has Glubbick seen anything?
Glubbick specifically, you are a paladin of the Order of the Gauntlet. Hearing that exchange, if you were one of the knights in question, how would your character respond?
Probably tell him to kick rocks.
Okay.
In tube socks.
Yeah?
Specifically.
You all feel like you all feel very strongly like this was a question directed at each of you individually.
I am no knight or soldier. And I do not know who stands accused or who you are, for that matter. Also, this is a child, and you cannot ask a child to make a big decision like that. That's rude.
That's rude.
So-
If you're asking a child to make such a decision, I'm afraid I shall have to ask my attorney to join us.
Yeah. My attorney is Glubbick.
As a response, can I Eldritch Blast where the thing came, like the voice came from?
Sure. Absolutely.
Eryn
Just
was
kind
like,
of-
finally.
Just kind of through an Eldritch Blast. The voice kind of came from sort of just before the center of the stage. And when you said
That
kick...
was a natural 20.
All right. You see, your flame seems to strike something, but dissipates. Just... Glubbick, how do you verbalize the kick rocks thing? You, I think, as a knight, will kind of guiding you a little bit as a paladin. You feel almost compelled to verbalize that response.
I would say something along the lines of like, oaths aren't thrown away just for mercy. I'll take your worst. And then after seeing a random Eldritch Blast get thrown, I'm gonna punch a hole in the drywall. Just be like, yeah.
There's no... All right.
Fuck your ballroom.
We love Fred. We
Just
love
like
Fred.
fucking punches the stage that they're
How-
like.
So when are we going to what type of trap are we setting, Fred?
How
Nets.
I need to know before we proceed, please. How does Hawthorne and Anya respond to this as if they were in this chamber as part of this exchange? Again, you all feel almost this compulsion to address or answer or respond in some way.
Do I recognize either of the names? I don't imagine I would.
Make a history check.
I don't have a commander. I don't
I'm
know
a child.
That's fair. That's fair because you're a child. Unfortunately, no, none of the names ring a bell. But that is
her answer, by the way.
that's actually perfect.
Yeah, I think Hawthorne would say what I'd said earlier. I do not know the accused or who you are. I cannot side with either.
You do hear Glubbick's response about sort of not forsaking your oaths, but you can stay neutral if you like.
Yeah, I mean, as she doesn't know who these people are, so she's like, I'm not gonna swear fealty to one side or the other.
I mean, he's helped protect us, though. I'd probably stand by him.
Wait, say that again?
She sort of like points at Glubbick after he does his thing.
Yep.
And I guess I'd stand with him.
Pointing at Glubbick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's our friend and was helping protect us.
All right.
Also, I put 2 spell slots into him, damn it. I'm invested.
And Hawthorne, you remain neutral?
Yes.
Okay. There's a moment of pause. As an ear-piercing shriek cuts through the room, the loudest shriek you have ever heard, taking you all by surprise. It is a splitting scream that shrieks through the room. Hawthorne.
Oh, I had rolled that Arcana check for you earlier.
What was it?
On the floor, I was wanting to
Oh, okay.
get the.
And I do see a
17.
I do see a stretch. Thank you, Evelyn. We're gonna get there in a moment. But what was it again? What was your stretch? I mean, yeah. What was your stretch? What was your Arcana roll? Sorry.
17.
17. There is no specific pattern, though it does have this. You do sense some kind of a connection between. Almost, you've seen things like this before, almost like a traumatic imprint. This is sort of a spillover from a traumatic event that seems to have affected the renovation and sort of the manor that was built over whatever ruins formerly dwelled here. Okay, Hawthorne, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
And just Hawthorne.
Great. It's a 6. Did you hear me?
You take 16 points of psychic damage and your ears and nose begin to bleed.
Yikes.
Profusely.
That is a lot.
A lot of damage.
The stained glass on the wall begins to glow, and you can see sort of in the center stained glass, you can see images of each and every one of you dressed as a knight or a noble, depending on which one suits you better. And in the center, where there is sort of broken glass on the floor already, there is the image of Hawthorne, and it just shatters completely, while the other three begin to glow with sort of a faint halo.
Rude.
I have a quick sorcerer question because it's been a hot minute. Converting points to spell slots is just straight across 1-to-1, right?
No.
So, like,
there's a table for it. Hold on.
And also, Rachel, Hawthorne, and Glebic, you all have the Blessing of Mara, and you can add a d4 to your next saving throw.
I think you mean Anya, right? Not Hawthorne.
Oh, so yeah, sorry. Glebic, Anya, and Rachel, you can all add. You all have a long-term bless.
Kick-ass. Also, if we talk to an NPC that we're friendly with, we can ask them to marry us.
What?
Skyrim reference.
Pardon?
The Amulet of Mara is a thing. It's part of the Skyrim courting ritual.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fun reference.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's sacrificing a first level spell slot, you get 2 sorcery points, and a second level spell slot, you get 3 sorcery points, or vice versa.
Okay. So I'd have to spend 3 to get a second level slot.
Yeah.
That is, I think, as good a spot of any to say call it for the night.
Or pretend.
If
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the music stopped and we need to get up and stretch, by the way. Thank you for redeeming a stretch. But yeah, I think that's a great spot to pause it for the evening. Spooky enough with a ear-piercing shrill scream and 3 of you receiving Mara's blessing, 1 of you being reduced to minus 16 psychic damage, which is, what are you at, 2 HP now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you, oh
Yeah,
wow,
okay,
you're
yeah,
hurting.
no.
Yeah, you almost dropped
Before we
to your...
call it, can I lay on hands?
I
Is
was
that
actually just about to ask
little lay on hands there,
question.
real quick?
You
I-
certainly can. It is very much in this character to not have received a blessing. of any kind.
Stretch.
I was actually going to ask, just because I'm already right next to her, I was going to sacrifice 3 sorcery points to get a second level spell slot and pop a second level cure wounds.
Sure. If you like.
Okay.
Literally just blood pouring out of her ears and nose.
Wouldn't be the first time. I'm sure.
Spooky.
So that's a
Spooky,
total-
scary.
You get 13 back.
Nice.
Oh,
As you
nice.
just
Okay.
flew.
So you're all right now.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
alright.
all right now.
Still, I feel really bad for Eryn for what we've been doing.
We have done 2 of the spooky things in this house. We simply avoided the rest.
Look, this party has 1 brain cell, and it is devoted to the flight response. All right.
Actually, there's one who does not have the flight response. They have the investigate response.
Too dumb to be afraid.
Too dumb.
They have that. They have that white person go investigate. What's that sound? Go towards the killer energy.
I feel like that wisdom save that he passed when dealing with the doll would have been like a charm to
Yeah.
attack the party or something.
No, it was just
I'm
just
pretty
to
sure.
to be lured into the kitchen and go take the muffin out.
See, I knew the doll had something to do with the muffin.
The doll we gave the muffin their doll. We gave the doll their muffin. We did it. That's what they wanted.
Okay, I
You know
need
what?
to know, are y'all ever gonna eat that muffin or ever gonna go into it?
No.
Probably not. I don't eat weird
Well,
food.
since it's gonna be a while before we pop back in here, I'll say that there is, out of character, there was another planchette in there.
In the muffin?
Another planchette in the muffin.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
I'm so glad.
That planchette can stay in the muffin.
Yeah, I mean,
What's
you
a
wouldn't know
planchette?
that.
gonna
It's
summon
it's the bit that goes on a Ouija board
Yeah.
that like you guide it around.
Oh,
gonna
okay.
summon a demon
Is
with my
there
lower
a planchette for every one of us?
Oh, that was Anya's planchette. I see.
There was just a planchette in there. It seems it's a heavy muffin, and sort of there's a little planchette sticking out of it.
No one even picked up the muffin.
No one even picked up the muffin with their hands.
No one even touched it.
No
We're
one
like,
touched the muffin.
You know what? We got 2 bitches in here with mage hands, so
Yeah, we haven't touched a
Why
damn
touch
thing in this
things?
house.
Yeah.
It's been like we haven't left a single fingerprint anywhere. It's fantastic.
You have to mage hand the muffin and just boop it against the face of the doll like it's eating it.
We have to set up a whole tea party, you guys.
I was seriously
Yes.
considering having Hawthorne sit there and like, all right, I guess they want it set up. So they were gonna go find some of those broken plates and like find the one tea plate that was still good.
Oh, God.
Well, that's
Spend an entire hour.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
you can
ahead and
probably
cut
end
the
the
stream. Yeah, so thank you everyone for hanging out with us for spooky one shot, spooky multi shot. Next time we have the opportunity to do this, we will certainly do so, and we'll pick up at some point with this chaos. And until next time, you can join us here next Saturday for our regularly scheduled Crystal Coven Chimeras game, where we are currently collecting puzzle cubes
Can't wait for every single
yeah.
one of us to forget what was going on.
in an
Oh,
attempt
no.
to
So about a
gain
cupcake out of
entry to the Tomb of Annihilation itself.
I have
It's
to
a
try
good
to figure
time.
out how to survive Sierra 13 Lich.
If we survive this house, we should just take this whole party into Curse of Strahd.
Yes. This whole party would do so well against Strahd. Strahd would be so
Strahd is the
We'd be dead
DM.
before level 6.
So
He's
yes.
literally
Strahd
the
is
most, like in the
the DM.
first.
Strahd is the DM.
Strahd would literally just be like, kill me, just get it over with. I'm done.
I give up. Take the country. Do not care.
I'm gonna just wait till you all die to come back.
Well, until next time, everyone, thank you for joining us and being patient
you.
again with whatever this was. And we love you very much. Peace out, witches. And until next time, be gay, commit cosmic war crimes. Bye.
We love you.